Closing in on the halfway point of the 2014 WPIAL football season as the Red Raiders of Uniontown invade Warrior Stadium in Elizabeth in search of their first win as they take on the Warriors of Elizabeth Forward High School. Hello everyone, alongside Matthew Hagee, I am Creighton Ravs. We are delighted to have you with us. Week number 5 of the WPIAL season nearing the halfway point, Matt, and both teams looking to rebound after last week.
Both teams had a rough start. We'll start with Uniontown. They lost to their inner-city rivals, Laurel Highlands, who's been a great story, 39-14. There's been a little trouble. They've had some injury problems. As for Elizabeth Ford, they lost to their rival as well. Big 51-0 to Thomas Jefferson, but no shame in that for TJ. But, you know, Elizabeth Ford, they're looking for that breakout game. Maybe tonight's it.
And keep in mind, TJ has beaten Elizabeth Forward by shot 6 of the last 7 meetings. These two teams met last year at Bill Powers Field in Uniontown. It did not fare well for the Red Raiders, a 56-20 win for Elizabeth Forward.
And Elizabeth Ford last season really had an offense. Jaquan Davidson, Matt Bernadowski, but now they're both gone. They had their way over Uniontown 56-20 last season, but it's an all different year and we're in an all different stadium.
And we'll certainly be talking about some of the key players as this broadcast goes along. One player who won't be available, Lyric Ellis, suffered an ankle injury last week against Laurel Highlands. He will not play tonight. So, Matt, can the Raiders break out of their season-long slump, or will the Warriors keep driving towards the playoffs? When we return, we will have all the exciting action of the high school football game of the week on CUTV Sports.
For almost 30 years, CUTV has been the campus and community home for local news, sports, and entertainment. Broadcast in 100,000 homes in southwestern Pennsylvania, CUTV provides complete coverage of Vulcan sports as well as high school football coverage. Broadcast weekly live, CUTV News Center provides coverage of local and campus events, weekend weather, sports highlights, and feature stories. For more information on CUTV, check us out on the web, friend us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter. Since 1937, the Student Association Incorporated, known as SAI, has served the CalU student body by providing activities, programs, and services. Every enrolled student has the ability to take part in over 125 different clubs and organizations. Managing participation in every SAI activity is easy with WorkSync, a powerful tool for staying connected. Located 1 mile from campus, the SAI Farm has 94 acres of meeting and recreational space. SAI, it's your student association.
Stay connected with CUTV. Subscribe to us on YouTube for new videos. Follow us on Twitter for status updates. Like us on Facebook for updates, videos, and more. CUTV social media. Get connected, stay connected.
Didn't get out to the high school football game this past Friday? Don't worry, because CUTV Sports has you covered. Never miss a second of this season's upcoming high school action as CUTV's Game of the Week takes you to the stadium and gives you the best seat in the house. Now in its 29th season of bringing you all of the best local games, CUTV Sports is your local leader in high school football coverage.
Welcome back to Warrior Stadium in Elizabeth for CUTV's Game of the Week between the Red Raiders of Uniontown and the Warriors of Elizabeth Forward. Matt, let's take a look now at the tail of the tape.
And we expected more out of Elizabeth Ford this season. They're only 2-2. They lost to Laurel Highlands that first game of the season. Uniontown 0-4. We mentioned earlier they had that tough loss to West Mifflin, but after that, they really haven't been the same. They've changed quarterbacks, but you see here, points for and points for are pretty even. Points against, you see Uniontown's defense has been really roughed up lately, and they're on a 4-game losing streak. Elizabeth Ford, they lost last week to Thomas Jefferson.
And you were alluding to that, Matt. The Red Raiders have been outscored 135-37 in their last 3 games since their 5-point season opening loss to West Mifflin. And you see Elizabeth Ford, of course, as we mentioned, they had that tough loss to that shutout loss against Thomas Jefferson. They had the season opening loss you mentioned against Laurel Highlands, and that was a blocked point after kick by the Mustangs, and which is why which has the Warriors at 2-2 on the season. This is the third time these teams have met in the last few years. Remember, up until the 2012 season, Uniontown was part of the old Keystone Conference. Elizabeth Forward, part of what was then known as the Big Eight, along with Thomas Jefferson and West Mifflin, Chartiers Valley, South Park, McGuffey. Those were also some teams, and Bell Vernon as well. So, of course, in 2012, they abolished the Keystone Conference, with half the teams going to the Greater Allegheny Conference, the other half coming into what is now known as the Big Nine. And that was the same year that South Park and McGuffey dropped from AAA into AA as the homestanding Warriors in their red jerseys, red pants, and it's like black helmets.
Yeah.
White
Bit of a change from last season. They were all black last season when we did the Bell Vernon Elizabeth Ford game 2 years ago. Our first ever CUTV broadcast was Uniontown Elizabeth Ford, so it's good being back.
It's always this Elizabeth Ford has become really one of our favorite stops throughout the season. It's a absolutely phenomenal stadium. The staff here are just absolutely helpful, very, very professional. We always appreciate that. You have a beautiful view here on a absolutely beautiful Friday night for football here in the south side of Allegheny County.
You can't ask for better weather than tonight. It's going to be a great weekend of weather for tomorrow's Cal game. I know I'm going up to Allentown for Band Festival. Another great weather here. And well, looking down here, some of the captains, temperature 73 degrees, a little bit of a wind, not much of a wind as last week as Bell Vernon, and 1% chance of rain, and that's the most important number of them all there. You see Uniontown's captains walking out there, so with Cody Yankulik, number Darius Pratt, looks like Zach Helsick, and also number 50, Austin Williams.
And that for Elizabeth Forward, that is 65 is Devin McDonough, 23 is Jake Myers, 32 is Matt Hermisman, and number 7 is Billy Miles, the tight end. Devin McDonough, really an outstanding comeback story for the senior. He missed all of last season with a torn left ACL, and he's been one of the He was a starter since his freshman year, and that's a very experienced line. Matt, we looked at both Uniontown and the EF rosters, and they have a lot of experience on that front line. I believe this game will be won in the trenches tonight.
It really will be. We saw last week, Hollidaysburg won the battle in the trenches. They won the game. Here, big experienced lines going up against each other. It's going to depend who's going to run the football and who can protect the quarterback and cut down on the turnovers. Those are the keys to win.
And we were talking about keys. You'll notice on the sideline, Lyric Harris, one of the seniors on this squad, is not playing tonight. He suffered a sprained ankle last week in the Red Raiders' loss to Laurel Highlands. So he will not be available tonight.
Ellis was the starting quarterback, and they switched him around. John Fortuna, longtime coach at Uniontown, said he wanted to get him more options. And, you know, when you're 0-4, you got to change the options up a little bit if you want to win some games.
You have nothing to lose.
Exactly.
And we're going to see now. Elizabeth Forward looks like won the coin toss. They will receive. That is on your screen, Ian Klein, a sophomore. It appears he will be one of the deep backs for the Warriors. Also going back, I believe it's hard to. It is. Looks like that's 23. Yes, that is Josh Perkins. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Jake Myers. My apologies. I was looking at the wrong roster, but nonetheless, Jake Myers.
It happens sometime, and you know it's great weather here. We got two solid teams looking to get right here. How is Elizabeth Ford going to replace Matt Bernadowski and Jaquan Davidson? They're two big athletes. They've struggled so far. We saw Bernadowski light up this Allegheny County sky last year, and now we see they're 2-2. Uniontown, they're looking for the first win. We saw them play well against West Mifflin, and they controlled. I was at the game against Bell Vernon 2 weeks ago. They controlled the first quarter. They just got to finish.
I think the other issue we mentioned, 7 first quarter penalties rather. Austin Weevil will kick it off for the Red Raiders of Uniontown. We are underway And it is Myers, catches it at the 7, takes it to the 15, 20, 25, finds a seam, busts a hole. He gets in up to about the 33-yard line and out. And that's a heck of a start there by Myers, one of the leading rushers in the WPIAL this season.
He had a huge game in that first game of the season against Laurel Highlands. You'll see he'll get a nice cut here. Almost looked like he about needed one more block there and wrestled down there about the 32-yard line there. That would have been a really electrifying return, but nonetheless, good starting field position, exactly what the Warriors needed.
Absolutely. This is a team known for their running. We mentioned Devin McDonough, the center for the Warriors, anchors a very experienced offensive line. That's something that head coach Mike Ladon has been looking for. It'll be Steve Meyernick out at quarterback. It's like a T formation with Hermanson as the fullback, and the handoff up the middle. Hermanson, that was Meyernick on the keeper. First down, Elizabeth forward. They are not wasting any time, Matt.
Good play action. It faked out the Uniontown defense there. He got up just close to the first down yard line. That's what Elizabeth Ford they do. They just try to get that mobile quarterback like that last year with Davidson. It looks like they have one now.
It looks like we are going to have single receiver to the right. That is Brandon Barr, number 5, on the right side. Meyernick looks like he's trying to set the play up. 8 seconds on the play clock. He'll be out of shotgun. Back to throw is Meyernick. The pitch is to Myers. Myers spins around. He's at the 40, midfield, 45. He's at the 40. He's at the 37-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle by Zach Helsick for the Red Raiders, but a big gain on first down for Elizabeth Ford.
And this isn't a touchdown, but this is as highlights you get. Look at that spin button right there, circle button, and then he's run up here, and he delivers a big blow right here. Boom, right there. It's tough, hard run, and we expected out of Myers.
Myers entering the game. We had the numbers here. We'll get that in just a moment. 674 yards on the season for the senior, and we were talking about who's going to step up for this Warriors offense. That may be your answer. Is number 23. Hand off again to Myers. Myers up the middle, gain of about 4, penalty on the play.
Flag on the play.
And we'll see what the penalty flag is there, but Uniontown, they got gashed. They keep getting gashed by these running backs. 2 weeks ago, Anthony Levis against Uniontown, against Bell Vernon. We'll see where the flag is on here, but it's something they have to work on up front there. Right now, Elizabeth Ford controlling the line of scrimmage.
And referee Joe Healy with the call. It is against Uniontown.
Face mask penalty on Uniontown.
As we mentioned, Matt, the Uniontown's the one issue a lot of people have been expressing. Well, there's the replay first.
5-yard penalty.
And see, it's a big pile right down there, but it looked like one hand. I couldn't see who it was on that big pile there for Uniontown. Got his hand in there for the face mask, and that is a no-no as well. So Elizabeth Ford have a new set of downs here. Looks on the 37-yard line.
Actually, they're calling it 1st and 2. It might be, not sure what the call is. We couldn't tell. We're trying to get clarification here. It is a face mask, so they're calling it a 1st and 2, but it should be a new set of downs. But
a 2nd and 2.
A 2nd and 2. .10:24 left in the first quarter. Elizabeth Forward driving, and I'm wondering if they declined that penalty. In any event, here is the quarterback keeper. He may have enough for the first down to Steve Meyernick. We'll wait and see. It looks like he may be a yard short, though, Matt.
It depends where they spot it, and looks like the referee down the field is signaling.
On a play.
Signaling 3rd down here. It looked like
yeah, it is.
He put his hand up like thinking it was a first down, but he didn't give him forward progress.
That's what I thought too, but I guess he was ready to getting the play clock set. So a 3rd down and 1 for the Warriors at their own 29-yard line.
See if they open some play action here.
Meyernick under center, hands it off to Myers, up the gut for the first down. Very
with the handoff.
Easy peasy right there for Jake Myers.
And Elizabeth Ford, easy, like you said, powers right up the middle, give it to your back. They could have tried to trick him up there, but they just go standard offense. They have the confidence in that offensive line to drive them forward and get the first down. Confidence.
Williams in on the tackle.
Just to clarify on that penalty call, it was in fact declined, so that's why we had the 2nd and 2. It had me
25.
Momentarily confused, but nonetheless, we are here with 9:20 left in the first quarter. No score. Elizabeth Forward on their opening drive. Meyernick under center. The handoff to Zachary Budd. Gain of about a yard or two.
And Elizabeth Ford changing it up here, giving their big
Buddy with
fullback
the handoff.
there in Bud. And then now they have Myers behind him there. That's something that Elizabeth Ford, you can just trick up Uniontown and use these different backs in there. Nothing too fancy. As long as they're going forward, that's the most important thing.
No pun intended, Matt?
On
Is that
what?
going forward?
Ah, yes.
8:44 left in the first quarter, second down and 9. After the gain of 1 by Bud, he is now in the game. He remains in the game. Myers also back in the handoff again to Bud. Gets a gain of about 5, maybe 6 yards. He bounced off the line, and he just kept right on trucking.
Elizabeth Ford, we haven't really seen them open the passing, but as they do, they just run the ball, getting good yards here, and they set up third and manageable.
It's like 3rd and 3 from our.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3. Ball will be spotted at the 18-yard line.
Uniontown 18.
And one of the, I believe it's against Trinity a couple of weeks ago. They had a drive late in the game that went about 9+ minutes. We'll get that up in a second, but they had an extended drive which really decided the game. And as I said, we'll get that stat in a moment as we're back to live action. 3rd and 3 out of shotgun. The pitch now to Myers. Myers sweeps left. He's at the 10. He is at around the 5-yard line. And that is a first down. Elizabeth Forward, 1st and goal.
And you get the pitch out to Myers there. Myers with that great speed, able to cut through the Uniontown line and set a first and goal here. He gets 2 good blocks by his offensive line, and man, that kid's tough to bring down.
Big 1st and goal for the Warriors at Uniontown's 5-yard line.
The clock has stopped and now restarts. 7:45 left in the first quarter. 1st and goal from the 5. The Warriors have had the ball now for a good 4.5 minutes. This is something that
power football team.
Yes.
It really is, and they can, if for teams that can control the line of scrimmage and just waste time out here and keep their defense well rested.
And we have a timeout. Elizabeth Forward. The play clock running down to about a second. So Mike Ladon calls his timeout. This is Ladon's 2nd stint at Elizabeth Forward. He had rehired back here in 2011. He had the previous year served as the defensive coordinator at McKeesport and 2 years as a defensive coordinator at Clairton. And he was part of that Clairton team that won their first PIAA title. And you see the standings, Matt. Right now, let's point out Elizabeth Forward is 6th, but right now they hold a tiebreaker's edge for that wild card playoff spot in AAA.
And right now, they still got Belle Vernon to play later. They got Ringgold to play later, and they haven't lost to Laurel Highlands. So really, it's anyone's game right now. But how about Laurel Highlands all alone in 2nd place? The story of the season: Thomas Jefferson. They got the WPIAL leading Austin Kemp on their team. He had a huge game against this Elizabeth Ford defense. So it's really, Thomas Jefferson's up there, but anywhere out battling for playoff positioning, that's going to be coming right down to the wire in Week 9.
Yep, as they say in horse racing, they're coming out of the first turn, hitting the backstretch in Week 5, as there's a handoff to Myers, gain of about 2 on the play. 2nd and goal from about the 4.
Uniontown anchoring down there. They know they got their backs up against the wall there. And Elizabeth Ford, this is where I look for them to trick things up a little bit, change things up, because they know they're going to give the ball to Myers right up the middle. That's what they've been doing all game. Now we look to see if Elizabeth Ford changes things up a little bit and gets Uniontown off balance.
And they did break open the passing game in their win over Trinity when the game was very close, but now see what happens here. 2nd and goal. Pitch to Myers. Myers finds a hole. He gets swarmed under by an army of Red Raiders after no gain, maybe a gain of 1.
You see they just go right back to Myers. Uniontown knows it's coming. They tried to get him on that left side. That Myers has been working at that big run downfield earlier. But now, what do you do if you're Elizabeth Ford coach? You have a couple options. I think this is where you get that play action rollout. Try to find a blocking tight end or something, or halfback screen if you can get the blocking in front of them.
Meyernick under center. Hand off again to Myers. Myers right in the middle. Is he in?
No signal.
Waiting for a signal.
No,
they're going to say he's about a couple feet short. 4th and less than a yard. Matt,
just short.
If you're Elizabeth Forward, well, take a look at the play first.
How about Uniontown's defense there? A couple guys getting that. Looked like Myers was going straight to the end zone, but here we go.
Under center is the quarterback. Handoff, Myers.
No.
He is swarmed under.
They called
Joe
official in the top left corner there got the signal right there, but it looked like Uniontown got it, but the strength of Alex Myers pushing his way forward and got that touchdown.
That was, I thought
it looked like at first glance that Uniontown stopped them, but he got that forward progress, and the official in the top left corner near the end zone there put his arms up, and Elizabeth Ford, they're up 6-0.
well, that was a good catch there, Matt.
Buckley to attempt the extra point.
Point after that touchdown is high, but gets it off, and it is no good. 5:44 left to play
And the extra point
in the
is no
first
good.
quarter. Your score, Elizabeth
Extra
Forward
point.
6, Uniontown nothing. This is high school football game of the week on CUTV Sports.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of the child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I'm Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism.
Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
29 down. 4 letters to describe excellence in college television. I know. CUTV. California University Television.
And welcome back to Warrior Stadium in Elizabeth. The Warriors of Elizabeth Forward striking first. Nearly a 6-minute, 16-second drive for a touchdown. The point after missed.
Mosley and Forsythe back for the Red Raiders.
So it'll be Phil
Kicking
Mosley,
off, the number 10,
back, one of
Tyler
the deep
Buckley.
backs for the Red Raiders, as I believe that's Tyler Buckley's going to kick off. So there is the spot. That's a squib kick. It's going to roll out of bounds, but it's scooped up by Mosley at the 23. He spins around. He's at the 40. It's just short of the 45-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds.
And Creighton, how often do you see the team's quarterback going out and returning the kickoff? But the thing is, Phil Mosley was the starting wide receiver for this Uniontown team early in the season. He's a multiple athlete. He kind of reminds me of Michael Robinson a couple of years ago for Penn State. Quarterback, running back, receiver. I mean, he might have played some defense too.
A lot of these players, though, Matt, they do play both ways, offense and defense. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders. The ball will be at their own 44-yard line. It's a very old-school offense that Joe Fortuna, the head coach for the Red Raiders, has in place. John Fortuna, excuse me. The handoff to Arian Washington. He is taken down at the line of scrimmage. That looked like Damon Morris, 53 on the stop.
Washington
has been Uniontown's featured back all season. He had over 100 yards against Bell Vernon, but that's when they had Lyric Ellis as quarterback. They mostly used Ellis as quarterback here. It's a tough run driven back there. Elizabeth Ford trying to win that battle on defense of the line of scrimmage as they did on offense.
And Washington credited for a gain of 1 yard. 2nd down and 9 from the 45-yard line. Single receivers on either side. A handoff again to Washington. Washington rolls right. He's at midfield. 45, 40. He's 35, 30. Tiptoes along the sidelines before Myers knocks him out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. So a big 1st down gain by the Red Raiders.
It's something I noticed about this Red Raiders offense is they started fast against Bell Vernon. Excuse me, they started fast against Laurel Highlands. They were up 8-0 in that game before they let Sauncier Cannon for Laurel Highlands run the kickback. But this is just, they just need to sustain the momentum going. You're in Elizabeth Ford territory. Just continue to push forward.
1st and 10 for the Red Raiders at the Warrior 29.
Mosley will be under center. Looks like they're going with an I formation. And a handoff to the fullback. That is Perkins, Jeremy Perkins, with a gain of about 4 on the play. Now Perkins had played offensive line up until this season, so a lot of new positions for players here for the Red Raiders this year.
And he's got some size up there. I can see why they could use him as a nice guard there for Uniontown. But they've been changing it around. I mentioned earlier, just sometimes all it takes is to change some guys around, and you might hit a gold mine.
Yeah, Coach Fortuna is saying that Perkins thrives on blocking, so it is now 2nd and 6 from the 25. Hand up the middle. Looks like a gain of about 3 on that play.
Mosley kept it on the quarterback sneak there, just trying to move that pile towards the end zone there. You can see just no trickery, just simply right up the gut there, and that sets them up at 3rd and 3 for Uniontown. This is a big 3rd down.
Yes, it is, Matt. You could argue this might be 4-down territory, but we'll see how this play transpires. 3:48 left in the first quarter. Elizabeth forward 6. Uniontown nothing. Mosley under center, Perkins the fullback, Washington the deep back, the running back rather. Hand off to Washington, he is taken down behind the line of scrimmage. That looks like Nate Guerriere, 88, and 31 in on the stop for, excuse.
That was 32, Matt.
Thank you.
Hermison read that perfectly, rips him down. Hermison came in late there. But Elizabeth Ford, they ran. Uniontown tried to bounce it to the outside like Elizabeth Ford did, and Elizabeth Ford was right. Good defensive stop there for the Warriors. But it looks like Uniontown will be going for it.
And just like they did 2 weeks ago against Ringgold, they're going to go for it on 4th down on their opening possession. 4th and 7 from the 26. And there's a fumble, and we have a penalty on the play.
There was definitely some big line movement up front there. I don't know who they'll call it on, but definitely one of the lines moved before that's why the snap was off there.
We'll wait to see the call. It's a false start on Uniontown. Now, since my understanding is since it's a penalty before the snap, so Elizabeth Forward cannot decline the penalty. So now it'll be a 4th and 12 from the 31. Penalties really hurting the Red Raiders throughout the season. We may see that here again on this drive. 4th and 11. Mosley fires. He's got incomplete. Intended for Zach Halisick. The double team by Elizabeth Forward, and Uniontown turns it over on downs. That was John Devine, Jake Myers on the double coverage.
And Uniontown, like you said, hurt themselves with a penalty there, backed them up. They're sort of about a 3rd and manageable, but Mosley tried to roll out, tried to find Halisick, but he was well covered. So good stop for Elizabeth Ford, exactly what he needed. We'll take a look at Uniontown's schedule here. They had a close game against West-Smithfield. It was 33-31, but then they came back, they lost to Ringgold, and they also lost to Bell Vernon 40-2 when they were down. They were up 2-0 in that game. And here's Elizabeth Ford's schedule. That heartbreaking loss to Laurel Highlands. They had 7 fumbles, and then they just really have been inconsistent. They haven't had close games. They haven't had that breakout game we all expected.
And the heart of their schedule comes up their last 3 weeks as a handoff out of shotgun. That is Brian Malloy takes it to about the 35-yard line for a gain of 4. And man, we were mentioning their schedule. We have a penalty flag after the play. And we'll wait and see what it is, but
there's a flag on the
they're throwing a lot of different weapons out there as Brian Malloy listed on our roster as a freshman.
And hey, if you got a kid, I mean, Myers is a senior, so they need that replacement. They need that all-around athlete. If Elizabeth Ford knows they have the confidence in Brian Malloy, why not keep using him?
I would agree with that. A penalty is against
Uniontown. Personal foul.
So John Fortuna's got to be rather furious about that penalty. You can't blame him. These are the kind of penalties that absolutely drive coaches insane. Second penalty of the night for. So it sounds like there was some jawing after the play. So now that'll set up the Warriors. 1st and 10 from the 49. It was originally a gain of 4 by Malloy and tacked 15 yards to the end of the run. On a dead ball foul, here is the handoff. That is Hermison. He's going to get about 4 yards. We have
Hermison with the handoff.
Looks like we have another flag. Didn't see who it could be on there. We'll see after the call. But again, you're seeing a lot of yellow early in this game.
4-yard gain.
Face mask. And it's against Uniontown again. That is now 4 penalties already for this Uniontown team. That's something they cannot do.
Well, 3 of them were accepted. So
right.
So they were saying a gain of 4. Now they're going to spot the ball at the 41-yard line. So it looks like it was a spot foul. And I think they have the chains going the wrong way because I thought it was an automatic first down.
It's 2nd and 1 for the Warriors.
But it's 2nd and 1, so they could just power through here. But it's something, again, Uniontown keeps shooting themselves in the foot so far. They got to change that.
And a handoff faked. It is the quarterback keeper. He's at the 30, 25. Steve Meyernick takes it himself. And that is enough for yet another Elizabeth forward first down.
And Meyernick fakes out the defense. He did it earlier. He tried to thought it was Hermison, but Uniontown had no spy on the quarterback there. With a mobile quarterback like Meyernick, you need to keep a spy on him at all times or he will burn you.
We're coming out of camp this year. Meyernick, a sophomore. They were not expecting the quarterback to be quite as mobile as Meyernick has been showing tonight. We mentioned Jaquan Davidson now, of course, playing with Pitt. There's a handoff to Myers. He runs into his own player, but he's fortunate enough to get a gain of 1 on that play.
That's just good awareness there by Myers. He had a little snafu, ran into his own guy on the handoff there, but as long as you just get those positive yards, make something out of nothing, it just shows the speed and power and great ability by Myers there.
And it is no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 from the 23. 1 minute remains in the first quarter. Elizabeth forward leading Uniontown 6-0 on 2nd and 10 from the 23. And off to Myers. Myers takes it up. He's at the 20. Taken down inside the 20 by Jeremy Perkins, number 40 for Uniontown. That'll be a gain of about, looks like a gain of about 5 or 6.
Myers, nothing fancy there, just right up the middle, gain of 5, and now we set up 3rd and 5 there. Probably, if the clock does not stop, it will be the last play of this first quarter here. We have about 25 seconds left.
And 10-second differential between the game clock and the play clock, so 20 seconds left, 10 to get the play off. Meyernick out of the shotgun, Hanson, a high snap, keeps it himself. He's going to get stopped at about the 10-yard line. That is Austin Williams on the stop. All 300 pounds of them, and then we are at the end of the first quarter. Your score, Elizabeth forward 6, Uniontown 0. You are watching the high school football game of the week on CUTV Sports. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this.
Explore new worlds. Read. Visit literacy.gov and let the journey begin.
Welcome back to Warrior Stadium in Elizabeth. There you see the homestanding Warriors of Elizabeth forward with a 6-0 lead over Uniontown in a big showdown in the Big 9. See the Red Raiders back on their heels. They have a 4th down and 3. The ball is at the Uniontown 16-yard line, and it looks as though the Warriors are going to go for it, Matt.
Why not? I mean, you've had success with Myers. It's only 3 yards. And
we'll wait and see. Now, Uniontown did jump. We'll wait and see if they were pulled offside by the offensive line of Elizabeth forward. We'll get the call from referee Joe Healy in just a second. It is against Uniontown, so once again, penalties just killing the Red Raiders, and you were down there 2 weeks ago in Uniontown when they had those penalties in the first quarter against Bell Vernon.
And it killed them because they were controlling that game, but those penalties wiped out those offensive drives. The only points they got was a safety.
So now it is a 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Handoff to Hermison. Hermison, no, I take that back. It's a fake to Meyernick. Meyernick is in the end zone. Touchdown, Elizabeth forward. And Steve Meyernick really fooling a lot of people, your announcer included. But that's a big play for the Warriors, 12-0.
Oh, it really is. And Meyernick, just like they've been doing, he did on that run earlier. Meyernick, when he has that fake, Uniontown, no spy on him, right to the end zone, plows his way in, and this is the exact start Elizabeth Ford needed in this ball game.
So now Buckley will be on to attempt. No, they're going to go for 2. Handoff. Back to throw is Meyernick. Meyernick throws. It is caught by Myers, and the 2-point conversion is good. Penalty after the play. Thrown in by one of the back judges. We'll wait and see what it is.
But that's the first time we've seen Meyernick back to pass, even on a 2-point conversion. He hasn't thrown the ball at all, I don't think, on the offensive drives there, but he gets out to Myers and gets the touchdown.
That is
the 2-point conversion.
You are, as to quote the late great Ed McMahon, you are correct, sir. Penalty is against Elizabeth Forward. Blocking the back, it looks like. So
tough break, 'cause that was a great play.
So now they're going to mark it off. It's like, so now they're going to mark off 10 yards. So now that will set up the 2-point conversion at the 12-yard line. And it looks like it might have been a spot foul, Matt, because if I'm not mistaken, the spot is usually at the 3. They have it at the 12, so the foul occurring at the 2-yard line.
So we'll see if they try. They'll obviously try to pass here, I would believe. But, I mean, that was a good play call. Little play action there, but they got some receivers split out wide here. So we'll see what kind of play call they have looking for the end zone.
The pitch out to Devine. Devine is tackled well behind the line of scrimmage by Kristen Forsyth. And so with 11:58 left in the first half, Warriors 12, Red Raiders nothing. This is the CUTV Game of the Week.
For almost 30 years, CUTV has been the campus and community home for local news, sports, and entertainment. Broadcast in 100,000 homes in southwestern Pennsylvania, CUTV provides complete coverage of Vulcan sports as well as high school football coverage. Broadcast weekly live, CUTV News Center provides coverage of local and campus events, weekend weather, sports highlights, and feature stories. For more information on CUTV, check us out on the web, friend us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
CUTV. California. University. Television.
Welcome back to Warrior Stadium in Elizabeth. Along with Matt Hagee, I am Creighton Rabs. 12-0 Elizabeth Forward leading Uniontown. Matt, the Warriors have had the ball for the entire game except for Uniontown's drive, which lasted 2 minutes and 1 second. So absolute domination by the Red Raider, by the Warrior offense. They are about ready to kick off.
But even though Elizabeth Ford, they didn't get that 2-point conversion there, credit Christian Forsyth on that play. Any type of momentum that Uniontown's trying to get here, maybe that was it.
And the kick is squibbed, caught at the 30-yard line. 35, spins around to the sideline, does Malachi Howard. So he'll get it up to about the 40-yard line. Interesting decision here by Elizabeth Forward. They're not kicking deep, so we'll try and find out what the scoop is on that in a little bit. But right now the Red Raiders offense with Phil Mosley at quarterback. Again, remember they are without Lyric Ellis. Lyric Ellis was supposed to be one of the big players for the Red Raiders coming into the start of the season.
And he had a big game against Laurel Highlands, using him as that all-purpose back. He caught a touchdown pass. He had a rushing touchdown. So he was still there. It's just a tough break for the kid.
Handoff. That is Washington. Gain of about 4 yards. So.
Washington taking the handoff for the Red Raiders, going over right hand.
You know, they're just trying to change it up. They're using Washington there. But something I noticed with Elizabeth Ford with this kicks, even if they kick it straight up in the air, and if it's short distance, I mean, Uniontown doesn't get that ball. It could be calamity, and Elizabeth Ford could recover good. So that could might possibly what they're doing.
That's an interesting point, Matt, because the ball has to travel 10 yards. It doesn't matter how, but as long as it travels 10 yards, it's fair game. 2nd and 4 for the Red Raiders. Washington with the handoff. He gets swarmed under immediately by an army of Warriors.
Saw Bud, saw McDonough down there. Elizabeth Ford was ready for it.
Looked like Damon Morris, 53, also went on the stop, Matt.
And they were just ready for it. Look at it. There is McDonough, 65.
McDonough in for the tackle for the Warriors.
And there's Bud, 31, coming around there. It's just Elizabeth Ford. It didn't matter. Just both got tackles, credited for the tackle on that play there. And also, if Elizabeth Ford, you can give Uniontown, you can afford to give Uniontown that field position that you have confidence in your defense, you can stop them.
Uniontown going to the short T formation on 3rd and 8. Handoff, Washington rolls left, and he gets taken down, shoestring tackle by Billy Miles. So Uniontown 3 and out. It looks like the punt team is coming on.
And Elizabeth Ford using a sacrifice in there. Miles coming in, drags Washington down, because it looked like at first Washington had a lot of open space there on that left side, but Myers, well aware of the play there, and just brought him down and forced the 3 and out. Exactly what Elizabeth Ford drew up there.
So, Wesson, Uniontown's offense not able to get anything going as the punt is away. As Myers is back to field, he's just going to let it bounce. Going to take a Uniontown roll. It will be down at inside the 9. Ben Wilson downs it for the Red Raiders, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors from the 9-yard line. And Matt, high school roundup, you can see it Tuesdays through Fridays here on CUTV. We have the highlights of our game of the week, also from the game of the week from our friends down in South Union for Laurel Highlands. You have standings, predictions, much more. Anything you want to know about high school football in the Mon Valley, you'll get it on High School Roundup.
And Laurel Highlands, that homecoming, non-conference homecoming game against Mars, and we also do predictions, 5 games, top games we believe. And Creighton, you are leading us all right now, so congratulations so far.
Well, you know, Matt, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. A couple of them were just shots in the dark as Myers takes it up the gut to about the 30-yard line. And I thought I could have sworn they downed the ball at the 9, but they actually gave him the 23-yard line.
Well, Uniontown, the 2 Uniontown players down there, the one was Ben Wilson, came a little close there, so maybe one of the officials saw it touched him early beforehand there. That's just a good break for Elizabeth Ford, and they could just start a little closer towards the Uniontown end zone.
It certainly is. They're at the 29-yard line, 2nd and 4 with 9:08 left in the first half. Myers again, up the middle. He has the first down and then some.
Nothing fancy. Give it to your back, right up the middle. Just push ahead and continue to work it here. Myers, you know, I don't believe he's been under 100 yards in any game so far this season.
Well, against Thomas Jefferson.
Last week he was, yes. But still, I mean, and that's a good Thomas Jefferson defense, but he's got the yards when he's needed them. It looked like he's well away for another 100-yard game. We'll see.
We'll try and calculate that for you at halftime. Meanwhile, gain of 5, 1st and 10 for the Warriors. 8:46 left. Ball's at their own 34-yard line. It's like Uniontown brings some pressure, but Myers finds a hole, gets a gain of about 7 yards to the 41-yard line.
Brought down there by Mark Harris, number 56 for Uniontown. Elizabeth Ford continues to drive Myers up the middle there, and that's only going to wear down this Uniontown defense. You can see he breaks the tackle there. That was Ben Wilson for Uniontown. So Just nothing fancy, like I keep saying, nothing fancy, just right up the middle. As long as you get positive yards, short yards, sometimes they're the best kind of yards.
2nd down and 3 from the 41-yard line. Myers again up the middle. He gets more than enough for the first down. Needed the 44. Gets to the 48.
Taking the handoff.
And I'll tell you what, I would like to see what Myers would have got there, but he ran right into a pile of his blockers there. There was number 63, Camden Stover, but just right ahead. They're right in the middle of the EF right now. Just continue, and they're just wasting that clock. Tick, 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 tick. 7:52 left. You can get another score and give Uniontown as less time as possible before the half.
And that was the case in their game against Trinity. 9 minutes and 53 seconds was that game-winning drive against Trinity earlier this season. As Myers again on first down, he's at the 40. He gets taken down at the 39-yard line. Another first down for Jake Myers. And Matt, we were talking about who was going to step up big offensively.
It's Jake Myers. He exactly said it correctly. They can have that confidence up the middle, and they could just Jake Myers can do whatever he wants right now to this Uniontown defense. Up the middle, to the left, to the right, spin moves. They just keep pounding. They keep him out there, and he's got great durability. He can run the whole game.
At Uniontown's 38.
1st and 10 from the 38 for the Warriors. Out of the shotgun, they fake handoff, and the quarterback keeper, 30, 25, 20, 15, zigzags, avoids a defender, touchdown Elizabeth forward. Steve Meyernick fakes the handoff, takes it to the house, 38 yards, and it's 18-0 Elizabeth forward.
And Meyernick, he's got 2 touchdowns now. This was a very good-looking run here. Meyernick, you'll see down there, he gets the block from Joshua Kreutzer right about back there, and a little spicy. Juked out the defender there. Touchdown, Elizabeth Ford. It's 18-0.
Amadeus Marinucci getting rocked on the fake out there by Meyernick.
And another 2-point conversion upcoming.
Handoff, Myers gets taken down well short of the goal line, so 6:57 left in this first half. Elizabeth Ford, 18, Uniontown nothing. This is a high school game of the week on CETV Sports.
Since 1937, the Student Association Incorporated, known as SAI, has served the CalU student body by providing activities, programs, and services. Every enrolled student has the ability to take part in over 125 different clubs and organizations. Managing participation in every SAI activity is easy with OrgSync, a powerful tool for staying connected. Located 1 mile from campus, the SAI Farm has 94 acres of meeting and recreational space. SAI, it's your student association.
Welcome back to Warrior Stadium in Elizabeth. The Elizabeth Forward Warriors with an 18-0 lead over Uniontown. Matt, it could be a much bigger score, but they have not been successful on any point-after conversions, either kicking or running.
No, they haven't, and that's something it's been a good moral victory for Uniontown, but they got to keep getting those stops on defense. They're letting Jake Myers run all over them, and Uniontown, they got to get that offensive stability. Here's another squib kick.
And it's going to roll out of bounds, so Uniontown, the penalty kind of unintentionally.
That's one of those risks you take on those squib kicks. If it goes, takes a couple weird bounces and it's out of bounds, and Uniontown will get good field position to start.
We'll see where they spot it, or they might make them re-kick. We'll wait and see.
Looks like they're going to make them re-kick the way they're running.
And rather interesting decision, but
they have the right idea. They have the right idea, but it's just about the execution and just how you control those bounces. The ball can bounce anyway on the field.
And John Fortuna, his 20th year as head coach of the Red Raiders, thinking, all right, he's been at this for 20 years. He knows better than anybody else, so Push it back 5 yards where he kicked. There it is, a bouncer caught at the 37-yard line. It's at the 40, 45, midfield. That is Malachi Howard, 22 for the Red Raiders. Gets it to the 49-yard line. That is where the Red Raiders will set up shop on 1st and 10.
Better executed squib kick there, although that's a little bit of a pop-up. That's the second time. Both times on those squib kicks, Howard has recovered the ball there. And he gets a nifty little return out to the 50-yard line.
He's short of the 50 at the, as said, marked at the 49-yard line. So the decision to make them re-kicked paid off. It was essentially 9 extra yards as opposed to keeping the penalty, which I believe would have been at the ball at the 40-yard line. So straight I formation for the Red Raiders. The pitch to Washington. Washington finds a hole, gets a gain of about 5 yards.
And this is something Uniontown needs right there. You started at your own 49-yard line. You just run Washington up the middle there. They need this drive more than anything, or this is going to get nasty.
Gain of 5 on the play brings up
second down and 5. Red Raiders back in Elizabeth forward territory. 6:18 left in the first half rather. Back to the I formation goes the Red Raiders. The pitch, Washington finds a blocker, gets through traffic, it gets to about the 40-yard line for a first down. Great block on the play there by Mark Fikes, 74, one of the veteran offensive linemen for this Red Raider team.
And Fikes, the biggest guy on that line for Uniontown, right here in your screen, getting the block and plowing the way, giving the good. That's one of the best runs Washington's had so far in this game. Good
also
work.
Christian Forsyth, one of the other running backs, also getting a good block. You see back to the I formation go the Red Raiders on 1st and 10 for the 40. Pitch to Washington. Washington gets a hole. He gets a gain of about 8 on the play. And once again, we're seeing the right side blocking from Forsyth, 45, and the right side of that offensive line.
They're running behind the size. That's why they're going to that right side here. They're doing some deep pitches right here with Washington, but it's working. It gives them that momentum that Washington can get. He can start, when he catches the ball, he's already on the fly. He gets that extra speed burst.
Gain of 8 on that play. It is now 2nd down and 2 from the 32-yard line. Under 6 minutes left. Back in the I formation. Go to Red Raiders, and the Uniontown gets a gain of about, they get the first down. I believe that is Jeremy Perkins. So Uniontown mixing it up a little bit, and it pays off. They get the first down.
Up right up the middle, they've been going to those sides. They push their big fullback Perkins up the gut there. All they needed, they just wanted to get the first down here. This is a good-looking drive so far for Uniontown, but can they finish?
Yes, that's the big question. They need to stay disciplined here on 1st and 10 from the 29. Pitch back to Washington. Washington again to the right side. He gets to about the 20-yard line. He bowls over one defender, but gets to about the 17-yard line. And Matt, we're going to see Billy Miles, the defender, number 7, getting taken for a ride there by Washington.
But if Billy Miles doesn't wrap his leg up here, he's probably going for 6. You see Washington gets the leg wrap right there. Miles trying to do all he can to get Washington down here. First red zone trip for the Red Raiders.
Miles is about 195 yards, by the way. And again, Washington to the right side. He gets swarmed under by a sea of Warriors after a gain of about 1.
You see they try to keep doing that pitch toss to Washington there. Uniontown, they're not much of a pass-first team. We saw Mosley, he had a big touchdown last week. He's got the arm and he's got the speed to move around, to plant his feet, set the throw. Maybe that's how they'll try to change things up here.
From the Warriors, 17.
2nd and 10 from the 17-yard line. And the Warriors sticking with the I formation. The old school I formation, you don't see that much in any level of football. And we're going to have a penalty. It looks like we'll wait and see.
Definitely movement up front, but
it's a question of what. It is a false start against Uniontown.
Encroachment on the Warriors.
And it looks like Nate Guerrier, the tight end, might have let him off.
There are 2 different things. The official made a false start motion, but the PA announcer, he just changed it. So the PA announcer said it was encroachment on the Warriors, but he changed it. False start, again, another penalty for Uniontown.
And that was,
now they're changed it again.
I think
penalty was encroachment by the Warriors. 5-yard penalty against the Warriors.
Huh.
Well, this is getting rather curiouser and curiouser every moment here. Never a dull moment here on CUTV Sports, to say the very least. 4:37 left in the second quarter as Elizabeth Forward leading Uniontown 18-0. The Red Raiders driving. They are now 2nd and 5 from their 12. Hand off to Washington. Washington finds a hole. He slips a tackle into the end zone. Maybe.
No, they're spotting him out at the 1.
Good call, Matt. That is the call right there. First and goal for Uniontown. That'll have it at the 1-yard line.
First down.
And that official was standing right in the end zone, so he saw, you can see Washington cuts to the right, breaks a tackle right here. Looks like he's got one defender to beat. That was number 5, Brandon Barr, pushing Washington out. Tried to extend it there, but now Uniontown at the 1-yard line.
First and goal, and Mosley bounces off, but he rolls to his left. Touchdown, Uniontown. 4:27 left in the second quarter, and the Red Raiders finally get on the scoreboard.
Boy, did they ever need that. This is a little bumper car action there. Mosley pounced off his offensive lineman, John Clark, there, and when he got out there, no Elizabeth Ford player had him wrapped up, so he could just bounce up right around. No one's there. Touchdown, Uniontown.
On now for the extra point. It is away, and the extra point by Austin Wyville is no good. Wide to the left, so with 4:27 left, it is Elizabeth Forward 18, Uniontown 6. You're watching the high school football game of the week on CUTV Sports.
Didn't get out to the high school football game this past Friday? Don't worry, because CUTV Sports has you covered. Never miss a second of this season's upcoming high school action, as CUTV's Game of the Week takes you to the stadium and gives you the best seat in the house. Now in its 29th season of bringing you all of the best local games, CUTV Sports is your local leader in high school football coverage.
Welcome back to Elizabeth. The Red Raiders scoring on a 7-play, 51-yard drive, taking 2 minutes and 23 seconds. And now it is an 18-6 Elizabeth Forward lead.
Here's something interesting. No team has made an extra point after the touchdown yet.
It's been that kind of night so far, as that looks like Malloy takes it deep, gets a hole inside to the 30, 35-yard line. So the Warriors, Brian Malloy, I'll tell you what, Matt, Brian Malloy looks quicker than a hiccup.
Well, he looks good there. He's got a lot of speed for a freshman there. That's a good kick there by Austin Wiffle, getting it downfield, but even better job by Malloy to get it out to their own 36-yard line. Decent starting field position for the Warriors here. 4:20 left, and we saw, you mentioned earlier, this is an Elizabeth Ford team that can drive and grind time out. They have 4:20 left. Let's see if they can drive right down the field one last time and get a big 6 points here, because Uniontown, they get the ball first in the second half.
It will be 1st and 10 from the 36. Hand off to Myers. Myers gets a hole, it's at the 45, midfield, close to midfield, and a touchdown saving tackle by Forsyth, but that's moving the chains for the Warriors.
Sooner or later, Jake Myers looks like he's going to break one of these things, but good tackle there by Christian Forsyth in the open field there. They got the first down, but Uniontown is trying to limit the damage, but they got to stop it.
First 10 for the Warriors at the 49.
Receiver in motion, the handoff again to Myers. Myers once again through the hole, spins around, 45. He is going to be a yard short of the first down, but
Myers taking the handoff.
Myers is
Forsyth with the tackle.
just absolutely running roughshod tonight.
He really is. He's been that dude for Elizabeth Ford. Using any time. This time the left side. We normally seen him on that right side or up the gut there. But Myers getting close to first down there and really using. He's got some moves on him with that spin.
Now the Warriors get the play in on the sidelines. Again, they had all fumbled, and they're going to mark the play dead, rather blow the play dead, after Meyernick fumbled the ball. He was trying to hand it off to Myers, but a loss of a yard right there.
And you'll see Meyernick, they spot him down. When he fumbled there, you see both knees down when he touched that ball, and in high school and college, once you have possession of the ball and your knees are down, you are down wherever you are.
And that's a fortuitous break there for the Red Raiders. It is now 3rd and 3. Myers is going to be short of the first down, gain of a yard. So what do you do here if you're Elizabeth Ford?
Timeout, Uniontown.
Timeout, Uniontown.
But as you were saying earlier there, what do I do if I'm Coach LaDon for Elizabeth Ford? I go for it. That's about where Uniontown's been starting earlier there. Even though Uniontown got that touchdown run there, but it wouldn't really change the difference. You try a punt, and it might go out of the end zone there. Squib kick here. But Uniontown trying to control that there with Jake Myers. They've been running up the middle. They've been getting beat all night running up the middle with Jake Myers. Elizabeth Ford, they might try to change things up a little bit here, but I think if you're Elizabeth Ford, you got 2:48 left here, run the ball or do something fancy because you have the skill set. You only have 2 yards. You have 2 yards and you're on Uniontown's 43, and like I said, that's about where they started.
The best photos will appear online after the game.
It was a gain of 1 yard on that last play, and Matt, it looks like they are going to go for it. That is Brandon Bard, a senior, number 5 now in at quarterback. So we wonder if they're going to try what they're going to try here.
He might try booch kick.
It's Billy Miles in motion. Oh, they're going to. As Barr rolls right, he gets the first down at the 40-yard line. Brandon Barr does a nice job rolling out to his right and gets more than enough for the first down.
You know, the way he was set up and the fact that Meyernick was not on the field, I thought he was going to try to booch kick it. But, again, he'll just keep it himself, run for 2 yards, exactly what they needed. Elizabeth Ford in business.
He needed the 41. He got to the 40. It is a gain of 3.
First and 10 for the Warriors.
First down and 10 for Elizabeth Forward. Ball is at the 40-yard line with 2:41 left to play. Uniontown is down to, each team has 2 timeouts rather, and there's the Meyernick back in the game. He gets a gain of about 6 yards.
Marinick with the keeper.
Excuse me. 2nd and 4.
That was a great fake there. That play was almost blown up in the back there by Uniontown. He was trying to get the ball to Myers, but he saw the Uniontown defender was bearing down on himself, and he's able to get around there for a decent game, 6 yards there.
2:11 left in the first half. Coming at a halftime, we will have our halftime band performances, as we always do here on the CUTV Game of the Week. Handoff, pitch back to Myers. Myers, 30, 25, 20, 15, close to the 15-yard line. Gets forced out of bounds by Ben Wilson. So that, but not before. Myers, surprise, surprise, first down.
You know, a pitch toss, right side, it's what they've been doing. That's been their bread and butter all night. Running Myers any which the way they can. They've had success there, and he's getting close to breaking one of these things. But they're in the red zone again. You got 1:53 left. If I'm Elizabeth Ford, take your time and just make sure Uniontown has no chance to get that final strike here at the end of the half.
They're going no huddle. Twin receivers to the left. First down again, Myers up the middle, gets a hole. Looks like he may be 1 yard short of the first down, but another big gain nonetheless for Jake Myers.
Looks like he'd be spotted, gain of 9 there, but right up the middle here, 136. And Elizabeth Ford, they're speeding things up, but that Uniontown defense, they're tired. They're really tired. And if Elizabeth Ford keep them off track here and just plow their way into the end zone. This isn't a quick strike offense, Uniontown.
And it's also worth noting, we see a lot of this in AA and single A. Even here at the AAA level, you see players playing both on offense and defense as bars in motion for Elizabeth Forward. Myers, first down. He's at the 5, finds a corner. Touchdown, Elizabeth Forward. Jake Myers finds his way into the end zone with 1:03 left in the first half, and the Warriors, they are just in beast mode.
And 4 rushing touchdowns, all 4 touchdowns, 2 from Myarnik, 2 from Myers there. Right side, breaks the tackle of Ben Wilson there. Easy money for Jake Myers and the Elizabeth Forward offense.
And we'll see if the Warriors are successful on this 2-point conversion. Neither team converting any points after tonight. And I think it looks like Myarnik converts on the run. Marinick, rather, excuse me. We've been butchering his name all night, but nonetheless, with 1:03 left in the first half, your score, Elizabeth Forward 26, Uniontown 6. You're watching the high school football game of the week on CUTV Sports.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
Welcome back to Warrior Stadium in Elizabeth. 1:03 left to play in the first half, and our statistician Damon Matson telling us 131 yards for Jake Myers. So, and this is only the first half. Imagine what it'd be like.
Really could be, and if Elizabeth Ford opens this game up more, they might take Myers out of the game. But I'll tell you what, it's been a great game. Myernick, Jake Myers, different backs. We'll see another squib kick here, out of bounds.
So we'll see how Uniontown addresses it if they decide to force the Warriors to re-kick, or if they just take the ball at the 40. And it looks like
re-kick.
Yep. It worked out well for them the last time, remember. Because remember, they got that 9-yard boost had they not declined the penalty.
And Uniontown scored a touchdown here. They'll have about a minute to work with depending on how they touch the ball, how much they run on this kick. But basically, they'll have a minute around. So they got some time, but they need to work fast.
And Uniontown will accept the penalty on the illegal procedure against Elizabeth Forward. So the clock remains at 1:03. Buckley will now kick off from the 35-yard line. There, he kicks it down the middle. It is mishandled right there by Forsyth. He falls on it at the 35-yard line. So this time the strategy didn't quite pay off. We have 1 minute left. Zach, here's that touchdown from Jake Myers.
Well, look at that touchdown again here. Giving it off to Myers. Works to the corner. Bounces outside. He's got great speed to the outside. Breaks the tackle. And like I said, it's easy. Easy what he's been doing. He's made it look easy on the field there. And back to that kick, that's the dangerosity out of kicking those squib kicks. If Uniontown doesn't know what they're not organized, it could be a muff kick and Elizabeth Ford could recover.
Yep. So that is a huge break right there for the Red Raiders. And we have a timeout. Looks like a timeout by Uniontown. So they will have one timeout remaining with 58.6 seconds left.
So about a minute left there. Uniontown trying to, so you got to start the drive off good. You got to have a nice gain, work your way down. You only got 58 seconds remaining, so they just got to try to get some. If they can get a score here, they get the ball in the second half. Their offense has moved better. They've given it to Washington around the right side here, And we're going to take a look at our YouTube page here, CUTV Sports 1, the YouTube page. We'll have the rebroadcast of this game sometime later this week. We have all our Cal games on there. We have old match plays. We have our top 3 plays of the week from high school roundup. We have old high school roundups. We have anything, and you can see it anytime, anywhere. If you're not in the area, you can see our coverage of what we do every single week on our YouTube page, CUTV Sports 1.
And one of my good friends on Twitter lives up in Hollidaysburg. She saw last week's high school game of the week up on YouTube. She lives in Hollidaysburg, and she was very impressed with the way you and Cody Jeanette called the game last week. So we're getting fans all over the place, Hollidaysburg, even Edmonton.
You open it up. You open up our opportunities here. And I know I got a lot of friends back in Eastern Pennsylvania. I've shown them links. I've sent them links, posted them on Facebook, and they're also on Facebook page as well. We link YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and stuff, all the social media sites.
Certainly helps. We're greatly appreciative. We have a penalty on the play as Mosley
with the keeper, but
minimal gain, but we'll see what the penalty is. Judging from where the flag was, wondering if it might be holding, but we'll wait for the official call. Illegal shift, rather, on Uniontown, so push them back 5 yards.
More penalties there for Uniontown. They can't afford to have penalties like this when trying to get a late score here. You got 53 seconds remaining.
And it's almost a rehash of the Bell Vernon game. A lot of penalties in the first half. Really,
not a lot of points.
Yeah, and nothing to show for it.
The first
difference is they did get a touchdown today. They did get a touchdown, but they need to finish. Need to finish the drives. It's simple as that.
1st and 15. Mosley back to the throw. Fires. He's got Ben Wilson. Incomplete, overthrown. Wilson trying to get a calling for a pass interference penalty. None forthcoming.
Looked like John Devine there for Elizabeth Ford fell down and he fell backwards. You can see Devine already falling over here. You'll see Mosley back to pass there. Decent throw there, hung it up a little bit. And you'll see right there, he almost knocks down Devine there and trips over him. So he wanted the flag, but I mean, in that case, he's not going to get one.
It's also worth noting, Damon Morris, you saw at the start of the replay, 53 with some pressure on Mosley as it's 2nd and 15. Fumble. The ball is recovered by Elizabeth Forward, and Phil Mosley just mishandles the ball, fumbles it away, and I believe that is Adam Smith, one of the seniors, recovering.
We'll see. It looks like 2 guys down there.
It
was Mike Princeton.
It looked like 72 Smith. He's one of the senior linemen that Mike Gladon was so high upon with respect to his offensive line, but nonetheless a big break. Just a gut punch right there for the Warriors. 37 seconds left in the first half. I'm sorry, a gut punch for the Red Raiders, excuse me.
And EF's got 2 timeouts. They can run Myers as much as they want. They got a lot of time. That's going to be an eternity for this Red Raider defense.
Or they are not going to sit on this clock, it looks like, as quarterback out of the shotgun fakes a handoff. Marinick in and out of the hands of Myers, incomplete. I believe that is Marinick's
incomplete to Jake Myers.
First pass attempt of the evening, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, other on that 2-point conversion there, but it looked like that was a little dangerous throw. He missed Myers, and Darius Pratt there, 73 for Uniontown, almost came away with it.
32 seconds left in the first half. 2nd and 10 from the 30. Elizabeth Forward leading 26-6. And hand off to Myers. Myers up the middle to the 20-yard line. That'll be enough for the first down. He's spotting him at the 19-yard line. Looks like there was a Myers. He must think this is a video game. His moves are just insane tonight, Matt, as we are down to 24 seconds. Clock is rolling. 1st and 10 for the 19. And Marinick takes it himself. He's at the 10. He gets to the Myernick, rather, is at the
calling his own number.
1st and goal from the 8.
And as they changed it up quick, they didn't use a timeout. Now they're going to use a timeout. So Elizabeth Ford's going to have 1 remaining there, but they use Myers up the middle there. You get Marinick right here. Oh, he's got that dual threat option quarterback. But you were mentioning earlier about Myers and what he's doing so far. He's putting up video game-like numbers, and we've seen some great back performances this year. We saw Anthony Welsh steal the show at Beth Center. We're seeing Myers here tonight.
First and goal for
Not
the
a lot of
Warriors.
running or a lot of offense
At
last
the
week at
Red Raider
Hollidaysburg,
eight.
but nonetheless, what Jake Myers is doing, it's impressive. The Big Nine has some seriously good running backs in Austin Kemp. You got Jake Myers, you got Levis for Bell Vernon as well. And Washington for Uniontown, he's had a nice game.
And you have the kid, and speaking of talent of the players, you've got the kid from Laurel Highlands, Cannon. I wish I could remember his first name. But Saucier Cannon.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, if Laurel Highlands can make the playoffs, Saucier Cannon will probably be the most popular cannon in Western Pennsylvania since Don Cannon. Really great newscaster for Channel 4 from back in the day.
I mean, Laurel Highlands has been a great story, but we saw earlier, we were looking at MSA or Twitter here, they were down 20-0 to Mars. So the Fighting Planets putting them on another planet.
Yeah, but plenty of football left as Elizabeth Forward with the handoff. And there's a fumble.
There's a
I think
fumble.
they got it.
Hermisman fumbled the ball, but now looks like Elizabeth Forward holds on to it, but 8.2 seconds left, and it looks like the final timeout for the Warriors.
Almost disastrous
And
there,
the
giving it to
Warriors
Hessman
recover
up the
the
middle.
fumble.
But Elizabeth Ford, looks like they'll spot it at
It'll be second and goal from the
about the
5.
5-yard line here. But you got 8 seconds. You have to take, I believe you have one more play. You can take a shot to the end zone and see what happens there. Then maybe if it doesn't work, settle for a field goal. We'll see. But they got to take a shot to the end zone. They can't stay out of or get out of bounds. They can't stay in bounds or time will run up there. But they have some options as well.
Absolutely, they do, Matt. And we were mentioning earlier the standings in the WPIAL. We saw Elizabeth Forward was third in the Big Nine, and the top 5 teams in each of the 3 sections, the Big Nine, the Greater Allegheny, and the Parkway Conference qualify for the WPIAL playoffs. And as we mentioned, Elizabeth Forward currently 6th in the Big Nine. They currently hold the tiebreaker advantage over the other 2 AAA schools. That is Indiana High School out of the Greater Allegheny and Ambridge out of the Parkway. So we are back to live action, 8.2 seconds left. Second and goal from the 5. Looks like the Warriors are going to take one shot at the end zone. Myers is going to get swarmed under. He was trying to pass, but incomplete. 2.6 seconds left.
Jake Myers attempting a pass.
So Myers on the
Incomplete.
on the reverse. Talk us through it, Matt.
All right, I like it. It's a little fancy. Myers gets out here trying to get the ball, but Uniontown read that perfectly there. That was number 40.
Christian Forsyth.
It was Perkins for Uniontown. Also got Forsyth 45 down there with a little SWAT team action. But now looks like Elizabeth Ford will be going for 6 here.
Interesting with 2.6 seconds left. And keep in mind, that stopped the clock. So that turned out to be a good heads-up play there by Myers, even though the pass was unsuccessful. So here we go. Final play of the first half.
Oof.
And the pass is incomplete. And that'll do it for the first half. Your score, Elizabeth Forward 26.
Warriors 26.
Uniontown 6. Coming up, our halftime tradition, our marching bands right here on the high school football game of the week on CUTV Sports.
High School Roundup is your place for local high school coverage. From highlights of the game of the week to all of the scores and standings from around the region, local high school fans will be ready when the lights come on Friday night. High School Roundup only on CUTV. CUTV News Center brings you the best in local news, weather, entertainment, and sports.
A new building is being constructed and it is estimated.
We take a look at our local temperatures for this morning. Right around Du Bois, we have 38 degrees.
Swimmer Diana Nyad and former pro hockey player Sean Avery.
With the PSAC preseason poll.
CUTV News Center, live, Thursdays at 5.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
You can relive all of the action from your favorite CUTV program today. From regional championships to high school football, you can take home your favorite CUTV game or event to relive anytime. Just send a return address and DVD information with $16.95 per DVD to 250 University Avenue, care of CUTV. Order today.
Red Raider Marching Band.
Welcome back to Warrior Stadium in Elizabeth, our halftime tradition. The marching band's performing here at Warrior Stadium. First, Uniontown's Red Raider Marching Band, followed by the Elizabeth Forward Warrior Marching Band. Enjoy the halftime. We'll have stats on the other side.
Before we begin this evening, earlier tonight we accidentally left off one of our all-academic honorees. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take this time to congratulate Miss Kaylee Cougar, a member of the Color Guard. How about a nice round of applause? Welcome to the 2014 Elizabeth Ford Homecoming Presentation. At this time, if you could please direct your attention to midfield as we present this year's homecoming court and crown our new king and queen. Before we begin, special thanks go out to Mrs. Hope, the administration, the athletic department, and all the parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters that made this evening possible. How about a nice round of applause? Our first couple this evening, Miss Dominique Carner, escorted this evening by Mr. Cody Towner. Dominique, the daughter of Lori Carner and Roosevelt McGee. Dominique is a member of Interact and TFIM. She plays softball and is on the track team. In her spare time, Dominique likes to hang out with her family and friends. Her future plans are to attend a four-year college and major in public relations. Mr. Cody Towner, son of Dan and April Towner. Cody enjoys hunting, fishing, hanging out with his girlfriend and other friends. Cody plans to attend a trade school once he graduates from Elizabeth Ford. Ladies and gentlemen, Dominique and Cody. Our next couple this evening, Miss Lindsay Campus, escorted tonight by Mr. Justin Bakewell. Lindsay, the daughter of Dennis and Vicki Campus. Lindsay has served as Vice President of the class of 2015 for the past 3 years and is currently President of the National Honor Society. She is a member of the swim team, musical cast, and TFIM. She spends her free time with her family and friends, works at Strategos, and enjoys watching Big Brother. Her future plans are to major in chemistry at a four-year college. Justin Bakewell, the son of Tom and Laura Bakewell. Justin's a member of the baseball team, soccer team, and golf team, where he has lettered in each of the sports. In his free time, Justin likes to hang out with his friends. Justin plans to attend a four-year college, majoring in accounting, and continuing to play baseball. Ladies and gentlemen, Lindsay and Justin. Our next couple this evening, Miss Maddie McCracken, escorted tonight by Mr. Michael Reagan. Maddie, the daughter of Mark and Teresa McCracken. Maddie's a member of NHS and the prom committee for the class of 2015. Maddie enjoys hanging out with her friends and spending time with her family. Maddie plans to attend a four-year university majoring in chemistry. Michael Reagan, the son of Al and Karen Reagan. Mike is a member of the boys golf team. He enjoys racing motocross hunting, and hanging out with his friends. Mike plans to attend the apprenticeship program at the Carpenters Union upon graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, Maddie and Michael. Our next couple this evening, Miss Natalie Perry, escorted tonight by Mr. Derek Bakewell. Natalie, the daughter of Mark and Michelle Perry. Natalie's a member of the varsity cheerleading squad and track team. She's a 4-year member of Interact. She enjoys listening to music, watching Finding Carter with Jeff, and hanging out with her friends. She plans to attend a 4-year university majoring in genetics with a minor in art and fashion. Derek, the son of Tom and Laura Bakewell. Derek is a member of the soccer team and captain of the boys baseball team, where he lettered in both sports. He is vice president of the Political Science Club and member of TFIM, SAD, and also the Partners PE program. Derek plans to attend a 4-year university to major in political science upon graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Natalie and Derek. Our next couple this evening, Ms. Jillian Radakovic, escorted this evening by Mr. Brandon Kreitzer. Jillian, the daughter of David and Leslie Radakovic. Jillian was a member of the cheerleading squad for 2 years. She enjoys working out and spending time with her friends and boyfriend. Jillian plans to attend a 4-year university and major in physical therapy. Brandon, the son of Patrick and Denise Kreitzer. Brandon is a member of the football team, baseball, and basketball team. He enjoys listening to music, playing video games, and he also likes going to concerts and camping. In his spare time, Brandon likes to spend time with his family and friends. Ladies and gentlemen, Jillian and Brandon. Our next couple this evening, Miss Sarah Lavelle, escorted tonight by Mr. Billy Miles. Sarah, the daughter of Tom and Jean Lavelle, is a captain and 4-year member of the girls golf team and a member of the girls basketball team. She is a member for the boys baseball team and was offensive MVP for the Powder Puff team. She is also secretary for the National Honor Society. Sarah enjoys being with her friends, plans to attend a 4-year university to major in mathematics and business. Billy, the son of Billy and Kara Miles, is a member of the football team and boys baseball team. He was named to the 2013-14 Student Athlete All-Academic Team. He is a member of SAD and the EFHS Fitness Club. Billy's future plans are to attend a 4-year university and major in athletic training. Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah and Billy. And our final couple this evening, Miss Maddie Winovich, escorted tonight by Mr. Josh Breitzer. Maddie, the daughter of Mark and Tiffany Winovich, is a member of 15 clubs and organizations. Here's a few which she chose: choir, musical, Spanish club, physics club, coding club, Spanish Honor Society, and National Honor Society. She is head editor of the school newspaper and co-editor of the yearbook. Maddie plans to study journalism at an accredited university upon graduation. Joshua, the son of Patrick and Denise Kreitzer. Josh is a member of the football team, a sport he loves to play. He is also a member of the track team. Josh loves to watch movies, go camping, fishing, and loves the outdoors. Josh currently works at Home Depot in the garden department and enjoys hanging out with his friends and family. Josh plans to attend college, where he will major in pharmacy. Ladies and gentlemen, Maddie and Joshua. At this time, let's give a warm warrior welcome to the 2013 Homecoming Queen and King, Miss Mackenzie Marfleck and Mr. Cameron Faychak. And now, this year's 2014 Homecoming Queen, Ms. Dominique Carner. And now, this year's Homecoming King, Mr. Brandon Kreitzer. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm round of applause for all court members and this year's 2014 Homecoming Queen, Ms. Dominique Carner, and the King, Mr. Brandon Kreitzer.
High School Roundup is your place for local high school coverage. From highlights of the game of the week to all of the scores and standings from around the region, local high school fans will be ready when the lights come on Friday night. High School Roundup only on CUTV.
CUTV News Center brings you the best in local news, weather, entertainment, and sports.
A new building is being constructed and it is estimated.
We take a look at our local temperatures for this morning. Right around Du Bois, we have 38 degrees.
Swimmer Diana Nyad and former pro hockey player Sean Avery.
With the PSAC preseason home.
CUTV News Center, live, Thursdays at 5.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
You can relive all of the action from your favorite CUTV program today. From regional championships to high school football, you can take home your favorite CUTV game or event to relive anytime. Just send a return address and DVD information with $16.95 per DVD to 250 University Avenue, care of CUTV. Order today.
Welcome back to Warrior Stadium in Elizabeth. Your score, Elizabeth forward 26, Uniontown 6. We are now officially halfway home through the 2014 WPIAL football season. Matt, I believe we have the halftime stats.
And we do coming up here, but Elizabeth forward, you'll see that right here, 255-75. That tells you about, but look at this set here. No passing yards for either team. I don't think I've ever seen that. But 255, 1 turnover for Uniontown. That was that fumble late right before the half ended. But again, 6 penalties for 40 yards. Uniontown has got to watch there. 12-6 first downs. And then again, another gaudy stat, 17 minutes to 6 minutes for Uniontown. It's been the EF show so far.
It certainly has. Jake Myers, 163 yards on 16 carries. And the quarterback, Steve Marinick, 8 carries for 102 yards. Of course, Damon Madsen helping us out with the stats this evening. Also want to thank Steve Flynn from the Herald Standard also for clarifying some of the stats for us this evening. And we also have for Uniontown, Arian Washington with 65 yards on 19 carries. And we have highlights coming up, and let's take it away, Matt.
And so we'll see right here, right off, you'll see it's been, the EF has pounded the ball with that man right there, Jake Myers. You'll see, look at that circle button on the PS2 right there, cuts it up the middle. And I'll tell you what, he hasn't broken a long run for a touchdown, but he is coming pretty dang close to it. He just continues to run. He's been running left, he's been running right, he's up the middle here, and you'll see Uniontown coming up here, bit of a snafu on the play here. This was a fumble. It set EF up there at the end of the half. And CEF, they've controlled, they've run it. Look at this. We've seen dual threat quarterback Steve Marinick cutting to the corner here, plows over 2 guys in the end zone. He's got 2 touchdowns. Jake Myers has 2 touchdowns. So it's been a really balanced rushing attack. And you'll see, here's Marinick again. He's been really faking Uniontown out with those play action here, and look at that nice little spicy move over the Uniontown defender there. He's got 6 right there. That was his 2nd touchdown. And we'll see. This was Uniontown's score. That was quarterback Phil Mosley. Little bumper car action there. Bounced off his lineman, but no EF defender got him, so he went around 4-6. And then here is...
That's the last touchdown of the first half. No, it's not. I'm sorry.
That was actually a... not a fake punt, but a wildcat there by Brandon Barr got EF a big first down there, which set up the final touchdown before the half. Jake Myers from 6 yards out. He has 2 touchdowns. And then here is the fumble. Here's the fumble that set up EF. EF got another chance before the half ended. And then also it was homecoming tonight here at Elizabeth Ford, one of the best events in high school history.
That is Dominique Carter being crowned the homecoming queen. Brandon Kurtzer, not pictured, named the homecoming king. Excuse me. Congratulations to Dominique and Brendan on such a high honor for the Elizabeth Forward homecoming court. As it is going to be Barr kicking off, and that goes out of bounds. It's the 3rd time we have seen that from Elizabeth Forward this evening, but Uniontown able to capitalize on one of those kicks. The 2nd time, not so much, and it looks like John Fortuna, the head coach of Uniontown, going to say, make them kick it again. It worked once, why not do it again?
So EF trying to do it. They keep trying to go to that squib kick. It's worked half the time. Maybe we'll see them try to kick it downfield, but Uniontown trying to get that opportunity for one of their deep backs set there.
Brandon Barr kicking off.
Barr will try again here when the multi-threats. He's listed as a wide receiver on the roster, but again, we normally sometimes will see a wide receiver play kicker, so we'll see what they do here.
See a lot of players playing a lot of different positions in any level of high school football, whether it's quad A or single A, and there's another squib kick. It's going to be scooped up at the 38-yard line, and what a stop by John Devine, as I believe that was Milana, number 3 for Uniontown on the return, but that gets the Red Raiders at the 47-yard line. So really a net gain of 7
for the
Red Raiders as far as field position by taking the penalty, making them re-kick rather, instead of taking it at the 40.
That was a huge hit there. Still dangerous there. I saw his knee go back a little bit, but he looked like he walked off. No injury assessed after that, but a good solid hit there.
Yeah, that was a clean hit, I might add. So let's not... Anyway, it is 1st and 10. There's a fumble on the play, and Elizabeth Forward has it. Mosley just mishandling the snap, and the Warriors recover. So 6 seconds into the third quarter, the Uniontown Red Raiders with their second fumble of the game.
And that's just dating back to that second quarter, second straight possession. They've had a mishandled snap, and you see Elizabeth Ford there. That was their fullback and linebacker, Mike Hermison, with the recovery there. And Elizabeth Ford, they're just going to set up shop. It looks like about the Uniontown 46. And Uniontown, they needed to come out and make a statement, and they just turned the ball over again. Second turnover.
That was Matt Hermison. I mean, this is a fine stadium here in Elizabeth Forward. Sometimes the lighting plays tricks with our eyes. So you're doing good, Matt.
Yes.
You always do.
Thank you.
Out of shotgun. Hand off. It is actually a keeper by Marisick. 35, 30. Down the sideline, 25, 20, 15. He is knocked out of bounds by Cody Yanklick for the Red Raiders. That's a big gain for the Warriors. 1st and 10 from the 12.
And Marinick picks right off where he left off using that. He keeps faking out Uniontown here and has the legs to do it. Outruns Phil Mosley there, and all he just needed was one man to beat, and credit Yanklick pushing him out of bounds there and preventing a score.
And remember, Elizabeth Forward scoring on their first 4 possessions. They were unsuccessful on their final one, but nonetheless, out of the shotgun, the handoff to Myers. Myers is stuffed right away, and I believe they're going to say Uniontown has forced a fumble. John Clark, 54, with the ball, but they're saying no, he was down by contact, so
Myers with the handoff.
No gain. Haven't said much about that. About Myers, rather, excuse me.
Second and 10.
There was no whistle, so that's why Uniontown kept trying to go there. That was John Clark who came out with the ball, but it looked like that Myers' knee was down.
Yes, the officials have a far better view than we do up here on press row, but nonetheless, there's the handoff to the fullback, Hermison. It looks like maybe a gain of a yard on the play. That sets up a 3rd down. This is really a gut check sequence here for the Red Raiders as the Elizabeth Forward not huddling, but they're not running hurry up. We've seen that a lot in high school football. Not so many huddles by the offenses.
Saw Elizabeth Ford go to that a little bit towards the half, trying to get enough time here, but they got just taking their time, trying to get the best play possible to convert here on 3rd and long.
And they're milking the clock. 5 seconds on the play clock. Snap. Handoff. Myers gets nowhere. He tries to find a hole, but the Red Raider defense closes it up quickly. So that'll set up a 4th down. Looks like maybe no gain on that play.
And Uniontown was ready there. Myers tried to bounce it to the outside, could not. Looked like John Clark. He broke the tackle there of John Clark. A couple of Uniontown defenders there, number 33, Yanklick again.
And they are going for it on 4th and 9. And it's interesting, you wonder, we've seen 2 different place kickers for the Warriors tonight, but quarterback keeper, he's going to be well short of the 1st down, and the Warriors turned it over on down. So now a big break for the Red Raiders. They will have the ball at their own 7-yard line.
That is the defensive stop they needed in this game. Marinick tried to go up the middle again, but Uniontown was ready. They had enough buffer room to stop him. He got a little bit. They bent, but they didn't break. This is exactly what they need. They're backed up, but they stopped them after the turnover.
Now a big drive here for the Red Raiders. They need to go 93 yards for the touchdown I formation. The pitch to Washington. Washington finds a hole, gets a gain of about 7 on the play. They're going to spot him down at the 12-yard line. Actually, that is a gain of 5. My apologies. My math is not so strong tonight, Matt.
But really, it's still 5-7 yards, decent gain. It's a good start, and it sets you up in a decent spot to get a 1st down. That is what's most important.
We saw a great block there by 73, Darius Pratt. That offensive line holding strong for the Red Raiders out of the I formation. The handoff and another fumble, and it is recovered by Elizabeth Forward. Unbelievable.
Easy strip move right there. He had the ball well out of the hand. That was Zachary Budd on that was Zach Buddy. and gave it the ball off there to Helsick. And he was carrying that ball outside there, and when Buddy came in, just easily ripped the ball out of his hands, and Elizabeth Ford right back in business.
And they're going to have a very short field, 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. So the 3rd turnover of the game for the Red Raiders, and turnovers, that's been one of the things John Fortuna that has really gotten them a little concerned about this Red Raider squad. A 1st and goal from the 9.
Oh,
and
another fumble.
Another fumble.
Oh my
See
goodness.
who's got it.
I think Uniontown.
They're
Yep.
saying
It's Uniontown. The one ref in the middle there is pointing Uniontown football.
And that's what the referee calls. Good eyes, Matt.
Yep. Fumble, fumble, fumble. Wow, this is interesting there. It looked like Uniontown pretty much gave it back to Elizabeth Ford right at the goal line, and believe that was the fullback there, Hermison, with the fumble there, and now Uniontown's right back where they started the previous drive. This is crazy.
The 1st and 10 for Uniontown.
You never know what you can expect here on the high school football game of the week on CUTV, our 29th year of bringing you the best high school action in the Mon Valley, and now Uniontown shifting their formation a little bit. And it's like a gain of about 3 on the play. Looks like that was a keeper by Mosley.
Yeah, Mosley went up the middle there. We saw that earlier. He just went behind his center, let his center plow through the line there, tried to get it. They got a decent 3 yards. Just trying to move the ball forward, get it out of that dangerous territory back there inside the their own 10.
They're in the short T formation on 2nd and 7 rather. Ball at the 8-yard line. Washington with a nice stiff arm. He's going to get the 1st down and then some. He was carrying Zach Bodie again, but he gets enough for the 1st down. He needed 7. He got more than that.
This is a solid stiff arm. Good misdirection here, and throws the stiff arm there on, looked like that was Divine there. And
yes, it was.
Breaks the tire. Even when he was running there, he gave a little elbow to his own man there, Helsick, to get him forward, but nonetheless, 1st down, much needed one.
Gain of 9 on that play. A 1st and 10 from the 17. They're back to the I formation. Pitch to Washington, rolls right. We've seen this before. Penalty on the play.
Flag on the play.
And it will be a gain of 5 pending the outcome of this flag. And it's a hold against Uniontown.
Preliminary calls holding.
So that's penalty number 7 for the Red Raiders. They had some momentum going there, but as we've seen most of this game, they've had anytime they've tried to drive the ball down the field, except for that one touchdown drive, something's happened. They've had a penalty or a miscue, a fumble. They're just trying to take these opportunities again. Elizabeth Ford has had a turnover of downs and a fumble inside their own 10-yard line. They need to take advantage of these turnovers if they have any shot at getting back into this game.
And they are marking it off from looks like from the spot of the foul. We'll wait and see from our vantage point. No, I take that back. That is from the previous spot. So that'll set up a 1st and 20 from the 7-yard line.
Movement.
Another penalty flag.
And another penalty.
And John Fortuna cannot be happy with the way his Red Raiders have been shooting themselves in the foot so far on this drive. That is presuming this penalty is against Uniontown.
Looks like it is against Elizabeth Ford. Encroachment.
It is, Mike.
Encroachment against DF.
Well, I guess Coach Fortuna won't be as upset, but Elizabeth Ford, Mike Ladon, probably not so much, so they will push it back 5 yards. Now it'll be 1st and 15 from the 12.
1st and 13 for the Red Raiders.
13 rather. Keeper by the quarterback, Mosley. Quick dump pass, incomplete. That looked like it was intended for Forsyth, but John Devine was probably closer to it than Forsyth was.
We've called Devine's name a couple times there for Elizabeth Ford there. No team has any passing yards yet. The only completion was taken back on a 2-point conversion. We see Mosley rolls out here, gets a nice pass there, gets clobbered afterwards. That's just a great play by Devine. A clean play and no penalty.
2nd and 13 now from the 14-yard line. 7:35 left in the third quarter rather. Uniontown trying to Now to come back down 26-6. The handoff up the middle to Washington. Washington powers his way. Looks like he may have enough for the first down. We'll see where the officials spot it. But
he's well short. He got back to the original line of scrimmage.
I'm sorry, that was the original line of scrimmage. We just had a little bit of a mental block, but it is a 3rd and 10 now. My apologies.
Gain of 3 on the play, brings up 3rd and 10.
So they're back to where they originally started after got that first down run there by Washington. So they've moved their way. They got that penalty. It's still 3rd and long, but they have a shot here. Maybe do something like they did when Mosley had a rollout here, try to get a receiver open downfield.
Spreading it out a little bit, single receivers on either side. First time we've really seen that from the Red Raiders. Instead it goes to Washington. Washington is going to get stuffed, but there's a penalty on the play. We'll see what it is.
Handoff, but a flag on the play.
And if it's against Uniontown, would you expect Elizabeth Forward to maybe decline the penalty? No, personal foul, face mask on Elizabeth Forward. So
I saw those 2 Elizabeth Forward defenders looked like they might have got his face mask, but I didn't want to say anything to make myself look wrong, but it was a tough play. Looking down there, we'll see here on the replay, Washington up the middle. You'll see right there. Wow, he got yanked down there. Hermison yanked down Washington. That's a blatant 15 yards. We saw that other one, incidental 5-yard penalty, but that was not incidental at all.
Absolutely not. They're marking it at the 32-yard line. So that is a 1st and 10.
Another penalty.
Flag on the play.
I'll tell you what, I would not want to be doing laundry tonight with this officiating crew, but at least it's a turf field, so there is that. But nonetheless, it'll be a dead ball prior to the snap, encroachment on Elizabeth Forward. So now the Warriors are shooting themselves in the foot with some rather unfortuitous penalties.
3 now on this Uniontown drive, and Uniontown starting to build a nice drive together. You got 6:37 here in the 3rd quarter, so they're being steady.
They were thinking blitz, but instead they hand off to the fullback, Jeremy Perkins. That is now that'll be a gain of about 2 on a 2nd and 3.
Perkins with a handoff for the Red Raiders.
Perkins up the middle, changing it up. We've seen a lot of Washington on this drive here, but they use Perkins up the middle. They've done that. It's worked. And now it's a second and 3 in manageable. That's important. It's manageable. They get a new set of downs here.
Ball will be spotted at the 39-yard line. 5:56 left in the 3rd quarter. The handoff, no, Mosley's going to roll out to his left, and he is going to get taken down well behind the line of scrimmage by Josh Krautzer. That is a loss of quite a bit. They're going to mark him at the 25-yard line. Looks like a loss of about 14.
And you see Mosley trying to get outside here, but he had no chance there. Looked like that was Miles on there. Got him by the horse collar, but that is not a penalty in high school. But it's just a good play there by Miles, throwing and setting the momentum back there. So now instead of 3rd and short, it's 3rd and long.
It's going to be 3rd and 16 from the 26-yard line. Ball basically spotted in McKeesport for all intents and purposes. So a big play here for the Red Raiders. They are going back to the short T formation. Mosley fakes the handoff to Washington, rolls right, looks, fires, pass complete to Perkins. Perkins at the 35, taken out at the 36-yard line. That is the first completed pass for either team today, but the Red Raiders fall short, so they will punt it away on 4th and 6.
We see Mosley again rolling out there. He had his receiver Perkins open there, the fullback, trying to get a big hit there over Brandon Barr, but Barr had none of it. Good open field tackle and forces a Uniontown punt.
We see Jake Myers, the lone deep back for Elizabeth Forward. He is at his own 35-yard line as he awaits the punt. Kick is away, spiraling. It's going to take a bounce, and it's going to take a roll at about the 33-yard line. So the Warriors will set up shop.
Penalty flag.
Oh, there's a penalty on the play. And looks like that was thrown right around midfield. We'll wait and see what it is. Maybe during the kick, but we'll wait and see.
Red Raiders.
And if that happens to be against, against Elizabeth Forward, if that was prior to the kick, that could benefit Uniontown. But again, we'll wait for the call from referee Joe Healy.
And there's a flag on the play.
Wait, and it is a personal foul against Elizabeth Forward. So we're waiting to see if that was during while the kick was in the air. If it was, Uniontown would probably get it back on offense, but it looks like they're going to mark it off after a dead ball foul.
On the Warriors, 15-yard penalty.
They are going to mark it from the spot where the ball, it looks like some unsportsmanlike conduct. But there's a schedule coming up next week. We're off to Perryopolis, Bev Center at Fraser. Then it's Darien, Brownsville, Kiski, Connellsville. And we close out the season with the Black and Blue Bowl down in Greene County. Jeff Morgan and Carmichaels. Which one are you looking forward to, Matt?
Next week, Bev Center Fraser. We saw a great game. It's hard. The players don't like each other. The fans don't like each other. It's going to be fun. I really can't wait. When I first saw that schedule come out, that was the first game I looked at.
Hand off to Myers on first down. Gets a gain of about 3 yards. They spotted it at the 18-yard line. The clarification we got, it was a dead ball foul after the play, apparently, so that's why they marked it off from where the ball was down. Nonetheless, there's now second and 8 rather, gain of 2 on a play from Myers. Warriors still holding on to a 26-6 lead. Hand off to Myers. Myers takes it up the middle, but he gets swarmed after a gain of maybe a yard or 2. They're going to mark him down at the 21-yard line, 3rd and 7.
I haven't seen Myers break anything on this drive yet. Uniontown anchoring down here. But if you could force a 3 and out in Elizabeth Ford's own territory, backed up 21-yard line, that would be huge for Uniontown trying to get the field position back.
The Warriors have yet to punt this evening. They did turn the ball over on downs, and they had 1 turnover. But other than that, we have not seen the Warriors punter tonight as quarterback Myers stick out of the shotgun. He rolls right, fires. It is complete. First down out about the 33, 34-yard line. That is Brandon Krautzer on the catch.
The homecoming king making his first catch of the game and getting a big first down there for Elizabeth Ford. We saw Uniontown complete their first pass. Now we saw Elizabeth Ford complete their pass. If Elizabeth Ford can open this passing game up, that will be huge going forward on this drive.
So the Warriors have a 1st and 10, gain of 12 on the play on the first pass completed by the Warriors. Quarterback keeper, pitch instead to Myers. Myers with a gain of about 6 yards before he's pushed out of bounds by Cody Yanklick.
Yanklick's made a couple nice tackles, preventing some big damage here because this is set up good. The option, they can get dangerous with a bad pass, but Merrick pitched it a good time, got it out to Myers, and so Yanklick was there again for Uniontown, excuse me.
And the clock is stopped with 2:20 left. I guess the officials are trying to sort something out. It's hard to tell from our vantage point, but looks like maybe an equipment issue. We see one of the trainers for Uniontown coming out, I guess being sent back to the sidelines. So looks like we will resume action after the gain of 3 yards.
Darius Pratt was shaken up, and he is right down on the sidelines there. So that was because of the stoppage of play there.
Looks like a tough break there for Uniontown. We're back to live action. Quarterback keeper, and he is stuffed almost behind the line of scrimmage. Looked like that might have been John Clark. Yes, it was. John Clark just flying through the easy pass lane. No gain.
Clark right up the gear. Oh, that's a great punishing hit. That's a statement. It hit him like a truck.
I mean, we're quite a distance away from the field here in the press box at Elizabeth Forward, and I felt that, it seemed like. But anyway, back to throw. It is incomplete, intended for Krautzer. So now we will see Elizabeth Forward likely punt on 4th down.
And Elizabeth Ford will be punting for the first time, it looks like they're right idea to get it out. The Kreitzer there, but just out of the reach, just out of bounds. So see Barr come out. Looks like Barr's going to come out the kick. He was lined up for that. It looks like a fake punt if they use it.
Back to punt for the Warriors.
And it is a fake punt, Matt. Good call. Barr, 40. He gets the first down and then some. He gets knocked out of bounds at the 45, 46-yard line. So once again, Matt Hagee, eagle eyes on that call.
So look at that. That's the same exact play. How does Uniontown not see it? Notice, hey, Barr burned us the first time. They're not punting. They're not punting. They let Barr run to the right. All the way to the right there. And it's just, it burned them again, and they continue to run that. Elizabeth Ford doesn't feel like punting at all.
And it's paying off. 1st and 10, Elizabeth forward. Hand off to Myers. Myers, midfield, 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Elizabeth forward. We finally see that breakout run from Jake Myers, and we'll see on the replay shortly a great block by Brandon Krautzer to clear the lane.
This Uniontown defense was on borrowed time until Myers was going to break through here. And I'll tell you what, it's a great run. He likes that right side, right up the middle there. The only guy that had a shot for Uniontown was Malachi Melina. He fell down, and now there's Myers. He's got the hat trick tonight, so tip of the cap to Mr. Myers there.
I'm glad I'm not wearing a cap because it's football. You don't want to throw it on the field, but they are going to go for 2 here. And it's right up to the fullback. It is the 2-point conversion by Hermanson is good. 1:24 left in the third quarter. Your score, Elizabeth forward 34, Uniontown 6. This is the high school football game of the week on CUTV.
Save preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car. More music in the door. More music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation. Playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
And welcome back to Warrior Stadium in Elizabeth. 1:24 left to play in the third quarter. The Elizabeth forward Warriors with a 8-play, 82-yard drive, taking 2 minutes and 37 seconds off the clock as Barr kicks it.
Barr with the kickoff.
And it is, I thought maybe the Uniontown player touched it. Yes.
He touched it.
Yes.
That ball was going well out of bounds. No reason there for Forsythe to touch the ball there.
They trying to check to see if there is a flag, but
start 1st and 10 at their own.
Forsythe definitely touched it. He definitely got a paw on it there. He looked like it was his left hand. So instead of having EF kick over for the 4th time again, Uniontown's going to start on their own 22.
Yes, it was rather ill-advised by Forsythe. So the Red Raiders will set up shop at their own 22-yard line with 1:24 left. Back to the eye. Pitch to Washington. Washington finds a hole, gets a gain of about 3. 2nd down. And
Washington
7 coming up
for the Red Raiders.
No, Uniontown trying. They got to open up a little bit. They use Washington up the middle there. Washington, he's been the bright spot for Uniontown in this game. He helped them on that last drive there. Mosley's got a couple nice runs.
3 on the play brings up 2nd
moving
and 7.
ahead. But time is ticking down. We have a minute left in this third quarter.
2nd and 7 from the 25. Uniontown back in the Maryland eye. Pitch to Washington. Washington gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and he just powers his way for a gain of 3. That'll be a 3rd down and 4 coming up.
That is about one of the toughest 3-yard runs you will ever see. Look at stiff arm, and then he'll cut up and plow over two Elizabeth Ford defenders getting forward there. Washington's a nice back for the Red Raiders, and he's a junior, so Uniontown is going to like having him back next season.
There is no quit in this Red Raiders team, that is for sure, as we're back to the Maryland eye on 3rd and 4. Washington with a handoff, rolls left. He gets taken down short of the first down by Anthony Brinson. So the Red Raiders will punt as we are approaching the end of the fourth quarter. That is, in fact, the end of the fourth quarter.
Brinson, it's a big man out there, 6'3", 295. He's only a sophomore. That's going to be big for Elizabeth Ford here.
And we are at the end of 3 quarters. Your score, Elizabeth Forward 34, Uniontown 6. And Matt, one of my favorite parts of our high school broadcasts here on CUTV, the hot dog score. Elizabeth Forward, always one of the favorites here, yes. A 9.75.
And well deserved.
Yes.
I can't name of every great thing that was in this concession. Chick-fil-A sandwiches, Turner's iced tea, fried Oreos, good hot dogs, good cheeseburgers. This is going to be tough to beat. I couldn't believe how much food I had coming from band, carrying up here. It's a great concession stand. I can't say enough.
I'll tell you what, the Elizabeth Forward concessions are now in the lead on the hot dog score. They've overtaken left center. So Fraser, Brownsville, Connellsville, and Carmichael's, you're going to have a tough act to follow.
Fraser's going to be tough.
Yes.
Fraser's going to be tough. I remember they had a good stand.
You know what? It's not just the concessions here at Elizabeth Forward that makes this a wonderful place to call a game. It's just the help we get from the staff, the athletic department, and everyone around here in Elizabeth. As we're back to live action, the punt. Myers calls for a fair catch. He will field it at the 37-yard line. That's where the Warriors will set up shop with 11:54 left. They are very close to the running clock here.
They had a 9-minute drive against, you mentioned Trinity. This is about, I think this is where they're going to try and just run the ball, shoot clock out, and just end this game here. They got it well in hand. It looks like 34-6, 11:54 remaining here in the fourth quarter. But just take your time. They can use those backs. No question, Jake Myers has been the player of the game so far. They just ride the back you've been going with all night and into the can't say sunset because it's night out, but you know what I mean.
Yep, giddy up, partner. Nightfall here in Elizabeth. It's see the cornfields on the opposite side of Route 48, the other side of the stadium, as we are back to live action, and a handoff. That is Malloy. He manages to get back to the original line of scrimmage. It looked like he might have lost a yard, but they're going to mark it at the original line of scrimmage.
He's got some serious moves here on this run. He shakes off the tackle. It looks like that was Perkins for Uniontown, and getting up there, serving out some nice dance moves there almost.
Yeah, Darius Pratt with the tackle. Yeah, we're talking about dance moves. I mean, This young man is a freshman, so he's got a bright future ahead for him here in Elizabeth. And Malloy will again take the carry. Gets a gain of about 4 after a couple of spin moves. Actually, check that, make that a gain of 6. So they'll set up a 3rd down and 4.
Looks like that's Malloy will be the back that Elizabeth Ford will ride to the end here, and he's good. I mean, Myers is a senior, so here's your heir to the throne next season that we're going to be seeing next season. Brian Malloy is going to be your feature back, and we're getting a little glimpse into the future there for the Warriors.
And the future certainly looks bright for this young man. He's a couple of plays so far has been rather impressive. He'll get the handoff again. He gets the first down and then some. And they'll mark him right at midfield. So we're looking. Looks like we are seeing the future of the Warrior backfield here in Brian Malloy.
And you definitely are. But also, quarterback Steve Myernick, he's only a sophomore, and he's made some really nice plays, both with his legs and also just keeping the Elizabeth Ford balanced. You can get a leader like that at a sophomore stage. Can't wait to see what he's going to be like when he's a senior.
I mean, they're certainly going to have their hands full down the road with Thomas Jefferson. But to be fair, Matt, everybody in the Big Nine has a problem with TJ. They're the big, yes. Hand off again to Malloy. Malloy finds a hole, gets a 45, 40, 35, 30, 3-yard line. He had looked like Anthony Brown, 17, carried him for a few yards. So that is one heck of a play there.
And Malloy, he's only 5'7", but he's one of those short little backs. He goes right up the middle. His size is tough to break down. And you see there, good call there. That was Anthony Brown, the sophomore for Uniontown, on the tackle there, prevented for more damage.
And he carried him for about a good 5, maybe 6 yards. It's a conservative guesstimate. It is 1st and 10 for the 38. Malloy again, rolls left, 30, 25, slips through a hole, gets inside the 20-yard line. I'll tell you what, Matt, I would not be shocked if Brian Malloy ends up, if they get a couple more possessions, he might get 100 yards tonight.
He might, and we've got 9 minutes left there, but if Elizabeth Ford scores a touchdown, we will be in mercy rule.
Running clock, yes.
Running clock, so, but I mean, I really like the looks of this Malloy kid. He's doing a great job. He's a shifty, quick back, not the biggest back, but he's a tough kid. He's a really tough kid, and he's got shifty moves.
And Elizabeth Forward letting the clock run with 9:16 left in regulation. Again, the handoff. No, he fakes it. Quarterback keeper to the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Elizabeth Forward. Steve Marinick once again decides he's going to take it to the house himself. And 9:07 left in this ball game, Matt. Running clock time.
Indeed it is. And Marinick, he didn't want to. Jake Myers had 3 touchdowns. Now he's like, you know what? I gotta stay up with my boy Jake Myers. He's gonna go for a touchdown here. They need this extra. See if it looks like they're going for 2. If they don't get this 2-point conversion, we will not have a running clock.
Incidentally, Malloy with 45 rushing yards on that drive. There's a throw. It is caught.
Hermison.
Yes, that's Hermison. 2-point conversion, so now we will be going to a running clock. 9:07 left to play in this ball game. You score Elizabeth Forward 42, Uniontown 6. You are watching the high school football game of the week on CUTV Sports.
First published in the 1880s, the California Times is the oldest student media at California University. Circulating 3,000 issues weekly on campus and in the surrounding community, the Times' mission is to deliver fair and balanced news to the student population of California University. All students are welcome to be a part of the California Times. Our offices are located in the Natali Student Union. Keep up to date with the Times online at www.caltimes.org, Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. 29 down. 4 letters to describe excellence in college television. I know. CUTV, California University Television.
Welcome back to Warrior Stadium in Elizabeth. We are on the verge of going to a running clock following a 6-play, 63-yard touchdown drive, going 2 minutes and 47 seconds. We mentioned the Brian Malloy with 45 yards, and there's a kick caught at the 23-yard line, 25, 30, 35, at the 40, 43-yard line. That's where the Red Raiders will set up. I believe that is Marinucci.
And you're right there. That was Marinucci on the kick. But this is an interesting stat. Now, we mentioned Thomas Jefferson's dominance earlier. AAA in District 7 has not won a state championship since 2008. That's TJ had back-to-back in 07 and 08. It just shows that the power has shifted from District 7 in AAA. It's one of their weaker conferences. So definitely TJ, Elizabeth Ford, Big 9, this is one of the stronger conferences in AAA.
And you can't have a discussion about WPIAL AAA without including West Allegheny, yes. Central Valley. I mean, that's always a big rivalry up in the Parkway Conference, as we are 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders from their own 43-yard line, back to the Maryland I. Penalty on a play. It looks like it may be a false start. We'll wait for the official call. And we'll try and head something here. We'll get to that.
False start on the Red Raiders. But you think about it, with that power shifting to Eastern Pennsylvania, it's been Archbishop Wood, Allentown Central Catholic won in 2010. And Bishop McDevitt's taken out, and Erie Cathedral Prep, too, is taken out the District 7 team.
And we had movement on the defensive line, but he gets reset in time. First and 10 for the 15. And Mosley looked like he stumbled, but he regains his footing. He is forced out of bounds. That is a sack by Zachary Budd.
Mosley with the keeper.
So now that'll be a second and long for Uniontown.
Loss of 10 on the play.
So they're calling it a loss of 10. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line.
The second and 25.
And second and 25 for the Red Raiders. Just heard of the PA announcer there. Buddy's made a couple nice plays, and he's got that nice linebacker speed. He's the fullback as well. He's only a junior, so again, this is a young EF team.
There's the pitch to Washington.
Washington with the handoff.
That is a gain of about 3 or 4 yards as Uniontown goes back to the short T formation. And while we have a chance,
Miles with the tackle.
Want to thank Brian Rozak from WMBS AM Uniontown, giving some good insight on this Red Raider team. That was a gain of 4, by the way. So now it'll be a 3rd and 21.
Uniontown is a nice staff down there. They let me shoot highlights 2 weeks ago while CTV was up in Bloomsburg. It's a nice facility down there. Good people.
Back to the short tee, and there's the fullback. That was Perkins.
It's
short of the first down, but a nice gain nonetheless by Perkins. They're going to mark him at the 42-yard line, so it's 4th and 11.
It's about a yard short there, the original line of scrimmage there. So, I mean, you're Uniontown. You got 6 minutes left in this game. Looks like they'll be sending their punter out there, Melina. So, if Uniontown assuming they get this punt off here, EF will probably run this clock down. We'll see.
We do see Myers, back deep at his own 30-yard line.
For the Red Raiders.
And Uniontown trying to get one player. And there's a penalty on the play. It might be a substitution penalty, but wait and see as the ball is going to roll out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. But we saw Dustin Cesario run in almost right as the punt was going in there. So they may call him for an illegal formation or illegal shift. Wait and see.
False start.
And they're going to decline it. Take the ball at the illegal formation, because if it was a false start, we would have seen the hand go up to signify dead ball prior to the play. So it looks like an illegal formation.
Yes.
We saw number 60, Cesario.
Same hand motion there,
and coming up, we have Vulcans volleyball this Tuesday. The Vulcans play Seton Hill at the Convocation Center. And Friday night, the big showdown at the Tri-County South Beth Center at Fraser. And then Saturday, Cal U football going to Greensburg's Offit Field, a lovely facility just in downtown Greensburg. They will take on Seton Hill.
And Greensburg-Salem also calls that field their home field. But I'll tell you what, Cal's obviously the big rivals with IEP, but when Seton Hill coming into the PSAC, playing PSAC sports, it's a closer than IEP. So we saw in women's basketball last season, that's becoming a big rivalry in all sports.
And now we have a penalty on 1st and 10 from the 20 on that note. It is 5:41 left to play in this contest. Looks like it'll be waiting for the official call from...
Illegal substitution on Uniontown.
It's a illegal substitution on Uniontown. It's a call from Joe Healy, our referee tonight. So that's 5 yards.
First down, be 1st and 5 for the Warriors at their own 25.
It's 1st and 5 from the 25-yard line. With 5:33 left, the handoff up the middle, and that.
Brendan McCown, he's a freshman. He's getting his first carry there, so we saw a little bit of Malloy. Give him some rest. Jake Myers, rested on the sideline there after his big game. But one of these games for teams that are blowing up here, see, this is a good run here by McCown, the freshman there.
McCown taking the handoff for the Warriors.
Got the first down, but it's good for teams like this when you can let your young players play. Because we even have backup quarterback Daniel Jacobson. He's a freshman as well.
They're just going to let the clock run. It is 5:11 left. And again, Gain of about 2 yards by Brendan McCown. So that will now set up a second down and about 8.
It's good seeing, like I was mentioning earlier there, you get McCown in, you got guys like Jacobson, get that experience you needed inside there. So eventually that's going to be your day to shine on varsity in the near future here. So you get those experience in those freshman, sophomore years when you're the backup and on the bench. Every play means a lot for these young men.
Second down and 7 is the call. It'll be at the 34-yard line. McCown again. Runs up the middle. He's going to get about 4, maybe 5 yards on the play. That'll set up a 3rd and short.
Just going to go just simple handoffs right up the middle. Up to McCown here, getting these carries here. Set up about 3rd and about
3rd and 3.
3, yes.
No, 2. Correction. It was a gain of 5.
3rd and 3.
Penalty flag.
Well, now we have a penalty.
And a flag on a play.
Wonder if it was 12 men on the field, because we saw 72 Giannopoulos trying to get off the field, but we'll wait and see what the officials say. And, Matt, you were talking about Eastern Pennsylvania. People remember District 3, which is your neck of the woods. They wave the flag off, but District 3, that's out your neck of the woods. They now compete in the western side of the bracket.
They've been doing that for about, I'd say, 8-9 years now. That's something they implemented around 2006. I know the State College would be implemented in, but it's definitely a change. They did a lot of redistricting.
Because there's a lot of larger schools in the District 1 area. McCown looks like he's going to be stopped short. Maybe gain a yard on that play. Speaking of District 3, your dad's old school, Wilson Westlawn,
going over right tackle.
had their 44th straight section win in the Lancaster Lebanon League last week, so it's 4th and 1.
And they were up 62-6 last time I saw, as this is not a live broadcast, but you'll see all our these highlights for these District 7 games on cable there, but give a shout out to my dad's school as well. It's a good program. It's a model program.
Yes, they are. They've had a lot of success over the years in the handoff. And it looks like they may have the first down. That's preliminary indications.
Buddy with the handoff.
And that's Buddy with the handoff. I think he may have it. We'll wait and see.
Right, it's the chains say 4th down. They might try to measure this or not there, but I mean, I'm thinking even if Elizabeth Ford's backed up, you just go for it. They will bring out the chains.
Well, that was 4th down.
Out to measure.
So they are going to measure to see if, in fact, he got the first down. If he got it, Matt, he may have it by the nose, by the tip of the football. We shall see.
Getting back to how that Western PA, Eastern PA things works, in Quad A and AAA, the bigger things, the District 3 champ will play the winner of out of District 7, District 10, and that's something District 7 struggle on with Erie Cathedral Prep. He is short.
He is short, so Elizabeth Forward will turn it over on downs. Another team out of, had a nice comeback out from Lampeter Strasburg.
Red Raiders take over on down.
And there's our Twitter handle, at CUTV_PA. The last couple of weeks we've been promoting our broadcasts here on Twitter. There's also been another web, so you can log on, find out what's new and exciting in the world of CUTV. We also want to take this opportunity to thank the Pittsburgh Sports Report for retweeting and promoting our broadcasts through Twitter. It's always greatly appreciated, and the same with MSA Sports, the Pittsburgh Sports Report. Last couple of weeks they've been promoting two of our games.
New quarterback, it's Milena.
It is Milena. First down up for the Red Raiders. That is, looks like Brandon Burton, 26, a new running back.
And as for Elizabeth Ford, this game, it's well out of reach. We got 2:39 remaining here. But even when you're down, you can still get that experience going forward. You know, Uniontown, it's basically, with Lyric Ellis out, it's quarterback by committee with using with Mosley. Can switch Melina up a little bit. They got a lot of quarterbacks on this roster. Let's see, Kane Fry is a freshman.
There was no gain on that last play as the clock runs, 2:19 left. That is Marinucci on the carry, gain of about 3. That'll set up a 3rd down.
Mariucci, another one of those young backs coming in for Uniontown. We also seen him on defense a little bit as well, but now you get to see him on offense here. 3rd down and 6. Let's see what Uniontown can do.
Run brings up 3rd and 6 for the Red Raiders.
3rd down and it is 3rd and 6. Looks like Uniontown does have the first down, or they may be short of it. Excuse me.
Looks like they were right now. Initial spot is 4th down. Change say 4th down. So obviously, no punting here. Uniontown going to try to get another first down here. You got 1:32 remaining in this game. Running out of time, but maybe they can get another score here to get some stats padded.
A 4th and 1.
So a 4th and 1 with nothing to lose here for the Red Raiders as we are approaching the final minute of the game. Handoff Mariucci. He is going to be taken out short of the first down, so that will pretty much.
Mariucci with the handoff.
That play was pretty much blown up from the beginning. Mariucci, was a bit of a snafu on the handoff there, so he was trying to get around there. Almost made a nice job to get that 1 yard, but good stop for Elizabeth Ford. That's a lot of second-string Elizabeth Ford defense out there, so kudos to them. Nice job.
And while we have this change possession, we were talking about back in District 3, your old neck of the woods, they had a Hail Mary win from Lampa to Strasburg, defeating Solanco 45-42 last week in Lancaster Lebanon Section 2. A lot of good teams out of Lancaster Lebanon area. I mean, I remember back in the day, Mannheim Central, one of the great AAA teams.
They still are. Mannheim Central, Mike Williams, he's a legend there. You got there's a 3-horse race back in District 3, but in District 7 here, this Big 9 conference is really tight, and these playoff spots are going to be very important.
And
penalty flag. He's trying to take a knee.
That's a delay of game. The play clock ran out with 39. But nonetheless, a big statement win for Elizabeth Forward on this beautiful Sunday night here. Friday night here, rather, in Allegheny County. It looks like the Warriors will go into victory formation.
The favorite formation of any team. But
absolutely.
This is the statement that Elizabeth Ford needed to make, and they got it.
And your final, as the clock runs out, this ball game is over. Your score, Elizabeth Forward 42, Uniontown 6. A big, outstanding performance from Jake Myers, definitely my player of the game.
Oh,
and also a lot of young talent we're going to see coming up through the year. So
big non-conference game next week for Elizabeth Ford at Indiana. That is a big non-conference battle.
Yeah, it's a great time to be a sports fan in Western Pennsylvania, especially with the Pirates and hockey around the corner. So looking forward to hearing the sounds of Doc Emmerich calling hockey, the former Geneva College professor and Beaver County Times reporter and noted Pirates fan. So our next high school broadcast, Beth Center at Fraser, the battle for the top seed in the Tri-County South. That will be next Friday. We will be streaming live on NFHS Network. So we're looking forward to that. For Matt Hagee and our Allison Steinheiser, our director, and our entire CUTV crew, I'm Creighton Ravs. Thank you for watching this